25 million people almost completely confined to their homes. The World Health Organization now says it believes 2/3 of the population of Africa has been infected with the coronavirus. Calls for clemency increasing in Texas for death row inmate Melissa Lucio. She's set to be executed this month, but there are growing questions about the trial. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii. Lucia was convicted of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Mariah Alvarez, back in 2007. She claims Mariah accidentally fell down the stairs. Authorities say it was child abuse, saying the ER doctor called it the worst case of abuse they'd seen in 30 years. But a recent documentary on Hulu raised awareness of the case, and soon support for Lucille began to grow, with a bipartisan group of dozens of Texas lawmakers now questioning whether the trial was fair and whether Lucille's defense was adequate. More than 100,000 people have signed a petition calling for the execution to be stopped. Rena Roy, ABC News.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver packages fast and affordably, so you can give your customers what they want when they need it. We're delivering for one-stop shops, mom and pops, pop-ups, startups, retail, wholesale, large scale, small biz, big box, customers, customizers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at usps.com/delivery.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Colorado Congresswoman Diana DeGette chaired a House subcommittee hearing on gas prices Wednesday. Several oil company executives testified, and DeGette said that oil companies are enjoying record profits while drivers are getting pummeled at the pump.
A lot of the onus is on the oil and gas companies to really go back, look at their business plan, and see why gas is still so artificially high when crude oil has gone down.
DeGette says in the long term, it's important to get independent from the international oil market and develop a long-term clean energy strategy. The State Department of Agriculture is asking Coloradans to report any unusual bird illnesses or deaths in light of the recent discovery of avian flu in several counties. Denver County has reported 3 cases of the bird flu in mallard ducks. Cases have also been reported in El Paso, Sedgwick, and Morgan counties. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.
Traffic on the I-25 corridor is looking pretty good overall, a little slowing northbound approaching Colorado Boulevard and southbound coming off of I-70 on down towards Colfax. You have some heavy traffic in those areas. 225, a little late to recover, some heavier volume southbound 225 passing the Cherry Creek Spillway. Fox 31 pinpoint weather today, mostly sunny skies, breezy, a high of 56. Tonight's low drops to 26, and then for your Friday, mostly sunny skies with a high of 66. Currently, it's 42. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin. 6:30, Hey How.
Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code radio at checkout. Blindster.com.
Your car is worth more right now than any time in the past, and that's pretty exciting. Trade in, trade up, trade down, whatever your needs are, the Sharpest Rides in Eggwood, they're going to give you the best offer hands down. The Sharpest Rides is so easy to get to, just located minutes from I-25 in Santa Fe. And with the best appraisals in town from their trained buyers, you know you'll always be taken care of and get the best deals at the Sharpest Rides. I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in, go to the Sharpest Rides, best customer service in town. Get more info at thesharpestrides.com. I'm so glad you swiped right on me.
How could I resist? You're so cute. And you said you love Triple J Armory in your bio.
Well, they do have the best indoor shooting range in Colorado.
Jenny, maybe this is too soon, but will you get a new range membership at Triple J Armory with me?
I thought you'd never ask. And we'll get a free U.S. Law Shield membership, too.
New range membership pricing for individuals, families, businesses, and couples. Located off C470 and Broadway in Littleton. Triple J Armory. Protect the people you love.
When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it. Twitter. Follow the Troubleshooter at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of Denver's talk station on Twitter.
Just give me your Twitter and I'll follow you.
Find us right now at 630 KHOW. It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Thursday at 4. With law enforcement being undermined at every turn by these lefty politicians, starting with our governor, how do we keep attracting good men and women into law enforcement? And what is the future of law enforcement in Colorado? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help calm and make.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life just a little easier. That's what we try to do each and every day. Welcome to the show that's brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. I love Panacea Life Sciences. I don't know how else to tell you that. They're great for pain, inflammation, anxiety. It's really a miracle plan. CBD. Now they have anti-inflammatory properties in their cosmetics line. Suzanne has been trying some of those. She loves them. RealCBDThatWorks.com. There. That you put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. Let's talk. What's on your mind today? We'll be talking reverse loans a bit because I think a lot of people misunderstand them. You know, for some reason in movies and TV, I've noticed they put things in there about reverse loans. Like I remember seeing a show about a crusading attorney, and he talked about this old lady who had a reverse loan and was taken advantage of. And I remember seeing a movie about somebody who had a reverse loan. And I don't know why they depict it that way. Like, oh, she got into a reverse loan and now she lost her home. She didn't know what she was doing. Or, you know, I'm going to tell you, any tool you have, whether it be a regular mortgage, the liquid loan that I love talking about, or any kind of plan.
Retirement, annuities.
Become the banker, reverse loans, anything when done improperly can be bad news for you. Even investing, day trading. I mean, there have been disastrous results of people who tried to day trade or people who try to do Bitcoins. And so it's not the vehicle, it's the strategy. A real reverse loan is tapping the home, but only a certain amount of that equity to where your home almost always, in every single circumstance, will outvalue at any time the value of the loan. So even if you pass away or sell, you'll have more than enough money to pay it off. But even if you did not, now this doesn't happen usually, but even if you did not have enough to pay it off, it would be canceled. In other words, you'll never be upside down. Matt, with Silverleaf Mortgage, one of our approved lenders, one of our great reverse lenders, I want to know something. Why is it, what brought out the bad news in reverse in the past?
Well, Tom, just like every topic, there are people who believe in one side of it or the other, and they just started publishing information that's bad about a reverse. The reality is those people just don't have enough information.
You can't even borrow enough to get you in trouble.
You know, in Colorado, we're very fortunate because values have historically gone up, and we've seen that the last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. In other parts of the country, values are flat, and in some of those areas, the loan uses up all of the equity, but the borrower still doesn't have any liability.
Oh, I see. I guess if you took out a reverse and you borrowed a lot, and then values went down, but you could never be asked to leave your home.
You're never asked to leave. You're never asked to pay
or sell,
or pay higher than the loan balance, or your estate paid higher than
The house.
The house.
Yeah, like you'll never be upside down. So I see what you're saying. In areas where values have gone down, they find out there's no equity in the home, but that's not because of the loan. It's because of the home values.
That's correct.
And in essence, if anything, these people sold. Let me put it. It's theoretically. Let's say you took out a reverse loan and you borrowed the max, and then it accrued interest because you didn't make any payments, and you're 80 years old, and your house has zero equity because it went down in value. I'd argue that 80-year-old took advantage of the house
when it was high in equity and outsmarted the market and literally sold his home.
I would agree.
He sold his home to the government years earlier when he took out that reverse at peak value. It went down in value. He doesn't have to give the money back at all, and the government takes the house and sells it.
You know, it's a great option for a lot of people. 70% of our retirees are on Social Security alone. They have very little savings, and they have a lot of equity in hundreds of thousands of dollars of equity. This is an opportunity to use that equity for anything in their life. There are no conventional loans or lines of credit for our retirees that are on Social Security. They virtually have no options to use some of that equity. A reverse is a fantastic tool for those people who want to use some of the equity before they pass on.
Now, of course, we've seen cases where it helps save a home, but there might be cases it's not apropos, it's not right, and that's where the red flags come up with bad lenders if they try to talk you into something you don't need. And that's where I think the bad name comes from, people who got them and maybe shouldn't have been in them. So anyway, we'll talk about that and more. Let's talk to Sean about a contractor. What's going on with you, Sean? Let's talk about this contractor issue. I think I have is this the contract? Yeah, I have it. Okay, so what's going on with you, Sean?
All right. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
All right, so we're kind of in a situation where basically the contractor has walked on our job and is refusing to finish at this point.
Okay, now I want a little information, and I know you sent me a contract, but for our listeners, how much did you pay the contractor in total so far?
We are paid in full.
How much?
We have paid $26,150.
And that's what the contract called for?
Yes.
Okay, and you paid in full. How much of the job, you're 100% paid. How much of the job is done?
So the job was to paint the house, remove the popcorn ceiling, and replace the carpet.
Yeah, so basically how much of the job is done?
We have about 60% of the house complete with paint and popcorn, and the carpet has not been touched.
So, okay, so basically...
We factored into it about $15,000 worth of between carpet and undone paint and popcorn removal.
Okay, so let me get you're figuring you've gotten $15,000 in value?
No, that's the undone work. $8,000
got it.
Carpet.
Got it.
And then the remainder for the paint.
Are you taking? So you're figuring it will take $15,000 or $16,000 to finish?
According to the contract, yeah, because to replace carpet and to finish the painting and popcorn removal.
Okay. And what does this guy say about it?
Well, at this point, I don't know if you want me to start at the beginning or start where we're at currently, or what do you?
Well, no, I want to know why he walked off the job.
Okay, well, he hired a painter to come in and do the paint work, and it was basically a one-man show for a while, and it was a very slow process. This started in January, beginning of January, and we were told it was supposed to be a 3 to 4 week process. Like I said, the painter came in, it was a one-man show. We were getting him maybe 2 to 3 days a week, so it was going very slow. We were getting ready to go on vacation in March for spring break. So now, at this point, we're 12 weeks into this process that was supposed to take 3 to 4 weeks.
I get it. Why did he walk off the job?
Because he wasn't being paid.
That's the answer.
What's that?
He walked off the job. The guy on the job walked off because he wasn't being paid. The guy you signed with, this guy you signed with was Al Gallegos.
Yeah. Alfonso Gallegos, yes.
Gallegos, Superior Construction.
Yeah.
And you signed that, and he wasn't paying his people.
Well, I'm assuming that's what it was, because we left, so right before we left on vacation, we had the painter and Al show up at our mainland that said, okay, here's the keys to our house.
All right, so just get to the point, though. You came up with a plan. What did Al promise?
Yeah, that the house would be finished by the time we got back, with the exception of carpet.
Okay. Now, see, for 16, I'm seeing all kinds of totals that don't add up to what you're telling me, but maybe there's a proposal here. There's one for $8,000, one for $16,000, one for $7,600. So what am I looking at? 3 different contracts?
No, okay, it got confusing. The $16,000 was for paint. The $8,000 was for carpet, and that other proposal that you're seeing for $7,650 was additional cost for drywall images.
But the bottom line is you paid all 3 of those.
Yes, sir.
But you did not get all 3 of them done.
No, we have 0.
All right, where'd you find this guy? I want to talk about where you found him, where he is, what we can do about it. I don't know if it's a Contractors Trust Act. I don't think it is. Hold on.
The True Crime Podcast. What Happened to Sandy Beale investigates the alarming death of a young woman who dreamed of a career in law enforcement. Journalist Melissa Jeltsin untangles the mystery at the heart of the investigation, revealing a troubling pattern by officials close to the case.
I didn't take any of that crap because I could tell that they were hiding something.
Listen to What Happened to Sandy Beale on the radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's talk about loans. We're talking about reverse
loans today. What about other loans? Ideal Home Loans likes to pride themselves at doing what they call the ideal home loan. Why? They have the interest rate guarantee, which means if you close with Ideal and rates go down, you didn't miss the boat. They'll refinance you free of charge. That's a 2-year guarantee every time you close with them. The other thing they have is a pre-approval, which is virtually like a cash deal. You're approved, the money's set aside, and all you have to do is find the house and close within days because you are approved. IdealHomeLoans.com. First they listen, then they lend. For example, you may want to shorten your term. You may want to pick whatever term you want. They'll let you. You can get the lower rate, but you can pick whatever term. Or you may want to pull cash out to pay off high interest debt. You can do that too. Whatever it is you need, Ideal Home Loans is there for you. IdealHomeLoans.com. 303-867-7000.
You know, you pay that premium for that homeowner's insurance every freaking month or yearly built into your mortgage. When you finally need something, maybe a hailstorm hits, a fire, what do? They try to screw you. That's the bottom line. You need someone on your side. You need Matt with Paragon Services. Matt got me $70,000 when my homeowner said I should get nothing. Give him a call. He'll look at any claim for free, give you great information, 719-726-0020, or find him at referralist.com.
Sinking concrete? Go with the company that has 30 years of Colorado experience. I'm Brian with Advanced Mud Jacking. We use cement, nothing toxic. Call me. I'll evaluate your problem and provide a competitive bid at 303-424-9441. AdvancedMudJacking@yahoo.com.
For less than you pay for coffee, a brand new Carrier furnace and AC, $4 a day or $96 a month from Plumline. Don't wait to replace that old system, not when you get a new system for just $96 a month. Castle Rock to Longmont, Plumline's got you covered. Earning your trust since 1998. Service at home, servants at heart. Schedule online. No phone call, no hassle, no wait. From Plumline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. PlumlineServices.com.
Don't miss the Trading Group Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 630 KHOW. Learn how you can earn a full-time income as a short-term trader. That's the Trading Group Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m.
I was not doing the, Poly.
Man, if I got to go over addiction with you.
Mark, how much did it cost per square foot?
I paid $5. No, I paid $4.
For what, Mark?
What?
$4 square foot.
Okay.
For my polyaspartic.
I'm thinking maybe before I move in, I'll have it done.
It's
Yeah.
Well, you only got a one car, right?
I would
got
call.
2 cars.
I would call the honest to God.
Yeah,
I'd call
before I move in.
I promise you. Now I know. Mark loves his guy.
I just do it by price. I have no loyalty on either.
This guy is, man. Of course, I'm loyal to my sponsors.
I'll say this, the little crack. So, Doc, when they do it, where the cement has the expansion joints,
Yeah.
they'll ask you, do you want to cover the expansion joints? Which I did. I wanted a smooth surface. So it sunk down a little about a month later.
Mm-hmm.
They came out and fucking laid a whole nother thing on top of the whole deal.
Wow.
Yep. No questions asked. Looked perfect.
Let me see my calendar today.
Do you not need that 50 amp put in?
No.
Okay.
Food storage in your home beats government food lines hands down. Go to mypatriotsupply.com today and prepare for what's coming. mypatriotsupply.com.
Need duct fast?
Custom Duct Manufacturing is here to help.
We are a minority-owned small business, conveniently located
Guys do.
location of rectangular duct and fittings.
Our high-quality, low-cost duct is carefully made by our outstanding employees who have over 2 generations of experience in the industry.
Not to mention, our lead time can't be beat. We can get the job done the same day and deliver it straight to you.
Visit us online at customductmfg.com. 3410 for your
Why would you? Who are they? Why would you call?
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Lots of sunshine.
Do you need custom ducts done? I mean, have you ever heard of a consumer calling up to buy custom duct work? I mean, I've never fucking heard of it in my life. I can't figure out what they're advertising.
It's showering your company with open job positions.
You would think they'd be marketing directly to HVAC companies.
Are you sure that's what they were talking about?
That's my whole point. I have no fucking clue what they're talking about. What custom duct manufacturing? Who calls custom duct manufacturing? Isn't that weird?
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Garage Magic for your garage floors, your warehouse floors, your walkways, your garage slabs or aprons. What a wonderful company. A 21-year warranty, longer than any other one in the business. Polyaspartic finish. Now that's way stronger than the other kinds of floors. You hear epoxy all the time. Polyaspartic is superior. They have full-time employees with benefits, extensively trained, insured, bonded, all for you. Basements even, pool decks, patios, steps, walkways. 720-600-HOME. 720-600-HOME. If you're going to have it done, have it the right way. I have done in the past, hiring the wrong companies, the most expensive job you'll ever have. GarageMagic.com, 720-600-HOME. This is the season to have that done. Now, let's talk and see what's on your mind today, okay? There's nothing worse than paying a contractor, especially a contractor who doesn't have SWAT.
So you can't go after anyone. It's such a pain in the ass. You paid good money, and you know damn well the guy will never get the job done. So I'm going to say all the things I should say. First of all, don't pay up front. Pay as work progresses. Pay as materials are delivered. There is no reason to pay up front unless custom materials are ordered and you can verify it in your name. Now, there are some ways even then you can pay up front with credit cards or escrow accounts or stuff like that, where it assures the contractor you'll pay, but you're not going to get screwed. Too many times these contractors take money and leave. That has become the vogue here, man. That's what's going on. Now, this Gallegos fellow, how'd you find Alfonso Gallegos? How'd you find him, Sean?
We found him on Nextdoor. We made a post.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't guess that.
He reached out to us.
Why did you just assume because he's on Nextdoor he's honest?
No, the problem is we posted, we had about 5 or 6 people come in and give us an estimate, and then we never heard from them again. And then this guy sounded very interested. He was following through with everything he said. It sounded great at the beginning.
But he never even showed up on the job. He had another guy there who never paid, right?
Correct. And Tom, let me tell you this. This was part of the interesting. So we were on vacation, and we found out that the painter walked. We got back and had a meeting with Al, and he was telling us that he wants to pursue legal actions against the painter, so he has to go through an insurance company.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. What do you mean? What is this insurance company going to do? Come on.
And so I kept on asking. I was like, all right, give me the insurance name and the claim number just so I can verify this.
He's a clown.
Just lying to you.
He's a clown.
Right. And then, yeah, I couldn't get a hold of him. He would not give me this information. I was like, okay, well, let's get the carpet installed.
What's the guy's number? Let's try to get. What's Gallegos' number? What's his number?
Let me look it up for you real quick.
And I want to know something. The work that was done, is it okay?
Yeah, the painter was fine.
Good. So wait. Let me just say that the work that was done is fine. What you want is the job finished or your money back.
Correct.
And you should get it. But Alfonso Gallegos probably already spent it on his pick-me-up truck or some other luxury, like all these contractors do.
Or he paid off the previous job he was working.
Yeah. Well, no, probably not. He probably kept that money too. Alfonso Gallegos, and it's called Superiority Ripoff. Superiority Ripoff Construction. Okay.
Back to their business name.
Did you go back? Did you go back on Nextdoor and let people know?
Not yet. We've been waiting. We don't know what direction to go right now. So
well, you got to let other people know about this clown.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
I did just try to call him to get him on the air as soon as I said who I was and who I was with. Click.
All right, let's give his number out. I want people to flood his freaking phone, and I want him out of business because he's a liar, cheating bag. Alfonso Gallegos, okay? Alfonso, what's his number?
I have his number right here. You ready?
Yeah.
It is 720-980-7207.
I would take him to small claims court. I would get a judgment, and I would go after this clown. You know what, though? I think this might be a Contractors Trust Act issue because he didn't finish the job and he can't account for the unused money. 720-980-7207. People, leave a message for Alfonso. You know what? We're not going to put an end to this unless we stick together. It's not okay to lie and cheat and rip people off. It's not okay. Okay? It's not. These contractors out there that are thieving our communities are untouched by law enforcement. We are the only enforcement. So you let this clown, Alfonso Gallegos, superiority complex ripoff, waste of skin, 720-980-7207. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable that this guy takes 15 grand, sends somebody into, 26 grand. Now listen to this. It's a double ripoff. Gallegos takes 26 grand. From the pigeons on Nextdoor, how many happen? How many have been fleeced by this guy? So he takes 26 grand. He sends a painter over to Sean's house and doesn't pay the painter. So Sean's ripped off, the painter's ripped off, and this dirty, disgusting leech of a man, Alfonso Gallegos, walks with 26 grand for his pick-me-up truck or whatever else he wants to buy. You scumbag. Alfonso Gallegos, we need to find a picture of this clown to post it. We need to post this clown all over. And you know what? Sean, you should not let this, really, even if you went to small claims court and got an empty judgment, we can try to make his life miserable and confiscate what he has or do some kind of a writ of execution.
Get a bench warrant out if he doesn't fill out the interrogatory.
That's right. You can get a bench warrant.
Jail.
You can get a bench warrant for his arrest. Did you know that? If he doesn't fill out the interrogatories after you have a judgment, you can get a bench warrant. Then after a bench warrant, you know what happens? It's interesting. If he's arrested, you can get a judge to make him post bail or bond equal to what he owes you until you can take him to civil court. And then when you go to civil court, you can grab that bond or that bail. I'm telling you, we got to stop this crap. I am tired of these bastards taking your money and walking away. Alfonso Gallegos, you hung up on the wrong people. Alfonso Gallegos. You know what? Let me just try his number again. I want you 720-980-7207. There's just so much you can take of this crap. There's just so much you can take. Come on, Alfonso. Oh, his phone is out of order now. Fast busy. Shut him down. Shut him down. We need to go on Nextdoor. I'm going to go on Nextdoor and let him know. You can go.
Have to stop using Nextdoor every time we get a complaint.
Well, it's either Facebook Marketplace, Nextdoor, or Craigslist. The top places to get ripped off. How is that? These, people are so stupid on Nextdoor that when you go on there and try to warn them, you get as many people that hate you for warning them as the ones who thank you. Can you believe that?
Yeah, there's no accountability, Tom. That's the big problem.
It's a blight. It's a haven for liars, cheats, and rip-offs. I'm going to keep reminding you about Alfonso Gallegos and Superiority Construction and rip-off.
This is Denver Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindstar.
Traffic on I-25 is delayed right now, starting around Camden as you travel northbound. This is because of a stalled vehicle approaching University Boulevard.
Okay.
Once you get
I might have to take off to meet with my daughter.
Everything all right?
We're on the air, so
Enough to say.
Mark, I just plug my buddy here hard. I'll be back.
Okay.
I mean, I just have to do it.
Is it a school issue?
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Thank God those days are over.
Currently, it's 43. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
I'm just going to run down the
Blinds or
stairs.
shades,
I got to be there.
Blindstar.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters.
You doing it now or later? When do you leave?
Well,
Blindstar blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO at checkout. Blindstar.com.
Sheridan Auto Tech. Uncle Kevin
and his team will make you feel like family. That's why I call him Kevin Calkin, the owner. Sheridan Auto Tech, I've said this before. Goodness gracious, they have everything you want in an auto repair facility. Starting with longevity, you want someone who's been around. You want honesty, experience, knowledge, convenience, and value. That's what you get. Sheridan Auto Tech for light and heavy maintenance, repairs, even electrical issues. They have a special department for that. SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242, 455-7242. The Art of Granite is another company I highly recommend, and Mitch Floria. You notice how I know the owners of all these companies because I get to know them when they come to referralist.com and they come on my radio show. These are recommendations. You don't have to worry about people taking the money and running like those scumbags you hear about. The Art of Granite is rock solid, so much so, he'll give you a price on the phone for granite or any stone or any man-made material. A price on the phone. Tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. Get your price. And they're good people. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
When you're sick, injured, or experiencing an urgent medical problem, the last thing you want to do is leave your home to find care. Now, thanks to Dispatch Health, Dispatch Health brings the power of the hospital to the comfort of your home. That's right,
Same-day, high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the comfort and privacy of your home. Just call or click, and Dispatch Health comes to you, able to treat common to
Toe hitch,
Welcome to Newcastle, Catherine.
It's beautiful. Oh my God, real
Maybe that's why I like what I do. Come on, daughter. Come on, daughter.
Pardon me, Matt. Basically, the line 2 is about his 89-year-old mom has had a reverse mortgage for about 10 years in Florida.
Okay.
Since the loan's been sold several times, she's been having difficulty tapping into the remainder of the line of credit. So that's what the call's going to be about.
Okay.
All right.
Frustrating, isn't it? Ought to cover that hole with a Monet.
Call 303-228-2910 for a free in-home estimate and pay nothing down with no payments or interest for a year. That's 303-228-2910. Call today, 303-228-2910, or visit wepipe.com.
I lost my moose, my mouse.
Wait.
Did you see
I
one?
saw a mouse. I thought I did. I thought I saw a wireless mouse.
That's it.
Yeah, but I think I saw it in the office. Did you ever have it in your?
I use one in the office too, though.
I don't know what I did with it.
Doc, you steal my mouse, bro.
Did you look at Richard Gere's anus?
I did not. That'd be if I was missing a hamster.
Can you believe that? Never heard that.
I heard it's not even true.
Of course it's not. True.
Well, how does a rumor like that get started, though? That's a fucking bizarre rumor.
Nobody puts a animate object in there.
I wouldn't say nobody. I would not say that. I guarantee it has happened.
Well, I've seen inanimate objects, but I've never seen a alive something.
Thank God.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. WaterPros.net has the best water systems at the lowest prices. Can you imagine having a whole house system to condition your water for around $2,000 fully installed?
Compare that to like 9,000, 10,000 from plumbers. It's ridiculous. And he is a plumber, by the way, master plumber, Paul the Waterman. Also, drinking fountains, pure drinking water, delicious, triple filter, reverse osmosis, uses the power of the water, no electricity connected to it, under $1,000 fully installed. WaterPros.net. People always say, give me that number. Well, here's the number. 303-862-5554. Do you know I'm proud to represent people that I like that do this because people suck otherwise? You know what? This show protects you. David, You have a reverse mortgage issue. Let's talk about it. We have our expert here today, Matt Witt from Silverleaf Mortgage. Go ahead, David. What's going on?
Good morning, Tom.
Hey.
I have a friend, Mike, and his mother who live in Florida in separate cities. Ellie, his mother, is 89 years old, lives in Ocala, Florida. We were talking the other day, and she mentioned she was having some difficulty accessing what she thinks is the rest of her reverse mortgage. She's had a reverse mortgage for about 10 years.
Now, this 10-year mortgage, was it a line of credit?
No, it was a reverse mortgage.
I understand that, but did she take it as monthly payments? Did she take it as a line of credit, or did she take it as a lump sum?
She took it as a line of credit.
Okay,
but
got it.
The loan's been sold a couple of times, and she's having difficulty.
How much was her original line of credit? She can simply do the math. Now, Matt, is it safe to say if you had a line of credit, let's say your line of credit was $100,000. I'm just taking that out of nowhere. So now you have $100,000, and you don't, and you take the $100,000 and use it, or you use 75,000 of it, let's say. Will that 75,000 accrue interest and all that until it eats up the extra 25? So then it locks up your line of credit because you borrowed 100%.
No.
If
you close with a line of credit of $100,000,
right,
you will always have access to $100,000.
I understand that, but I thought like if you take out 75, that's going to accrue interest, right?
The lender and the program determines what the overall maximum loan limit is, and that takes into account drawing that full line of credit. So if she didn't take her full line, it should still be available. Absolutely.
What was her line of credit? Do you remember?
No, I don't, Tom. I was going a different direction.
Go ahead.
With this.
Go ahead.
She figured she has. Now, Ellie never set this up. Her ex-husband or deceased husband.
All right.
Set this up, and she figured she had like $9,000, left. Listening to you all the time, what I suggested, and then I was given the task to find, how about refinancing
Of course you can.
Reverse
You
mortgage.
can. People don't understand that. Explain how that works, Matt. Do you know her situation? Do you know what her house is worth?
No.
Okay, you don't have any idea what it's worth, what the loan is, or anything. Okay, so Matt, explain.
She doesn't know either.
Well, then explain a typical refi. Go ahead.
Sure. So it's similar to just a conventional refinance. You can do it on reverse mortgages. We simply just refinance your current reverse mortgage and balance into a new loan, and depending on age and home value,
So you pay off the old reverse and then start out with new credit or a new line of credit.
Yes, a new loan. Start out with a new loan.
Have you had people do that?
Oh, we do that all the time.
Because why? House values go up.
House values go up, and borrowers increase in age. So those two combinations.
So more equity and older, they get more money.
Yes, absolutely.
You've had people, I think, come back 3 times. I remember talking, I think, someone who did it 3 times.
Yes, we have.
And they're just extracting every bit of equity they can. And the great part about that is they don't have to worry about taxes or anything. They just take it. But yes, the answer is yes. Do you have to be licensed in each state for a reverse loan?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
He does, and you do.
Okay, where is she located?
Ocala, Florida.
Okay, are you licensed in Florida?
No, we're not licensed in Florida. But your client, or your friend Ellie, she gets a monthly statement from the reverse mortgage lender every month.
Okay.
Explains what the interest rate is, the balance, and any line of credit that's available to be drawn.
Okay.
So she should be getting monthly statements.
Does she get a monthly statement, David?
Yes, she does.
Okay, well, that'll tell her what's there.
But her understanding it, though, is a little, off.
What do you mean?
Well, she's just, how do we explain this? She has her faculties, but she's just kind of overwhelmed by the numbers and the paperwork.
Okay, I get it.
Like that.
Why don't you have her send Matt a statement? Send it to me, and I'll send it to him, and he'll interpret it. He's really good at talking to people about this.
Yeah, and what I was looking for was if any of any of your other people that do reverse mortgages have a recommendation for somebody in Florida.
How would you find somebody good in Florida? I don't know. I will tell you this. Florida has a lot of bad people in it when it comes to all kinds of stuff. Lenders, movers. No, I don't know why they go to Florida. I think it's because to prey on the old people, not just reverse lenders, regular lenders, contractors. They have
especially moving companies.
Oh, moving companies are the worst. I don't know. Do you know anyone down there?
Well, Tom, we work with the largest reverse lenders in the nation, and I know.
But can you originate? Okay, they could recommend.
They could recommend a top broker that they work with.
Okay, that's a good idea, David. So why don't you leave your information with Suze, okay?
Okay.
And then he'll look to a good underwriter, and the underwriters know who the good people are. They only want good people. Trust me.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.
Traffic on I-25 is delayed northbound. Slow traffic between Hamden and Colorado Boulevard where there is a stalled vehicle. And once you get past that, your speeds improve then heading into downtown, and no reported slow traffic on southbound I-25 right now. In fact, fully recovered and looking good across I-70 between Golden and Aurora. No problems on 225, about 10 minutes now between I-70 and I-25. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny and breezy today, a high of 56. Tonight's low 26, and then for your Friday, mostly sunny skies and a high of 66. Currently, it's 44. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters. Shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com.
If you have any insurance claims at all around your house, a roof claim, siding damaged by wind or rain, the big fires, or even fringe damage from the fires, like ash and soot and debris, or you have a broken pipe, a kitchen fire, any kind of claim, never trust your insurance company. I'm telling you that as a consumer advocate. I'm telling you that from my heart. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado will take a free look at your claim. They represent you against your insurance company because your insurance company will not automatically give you what you have coming. Prove it. Let them take a look at your claim. They'll let you know if you're being treated fairly or what to look out for. They'll give you advice. Even a claim that's been recently closed, they'll reopen if they don't think you were treated properly. And if they agree to take the case, it's on a small contingency of the extra money. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado, Joel and his team are the people you need. 720-715-0000. That's 720-715-0000 or coclaims.com. That's coclaims.com. Let's talk about estate planning, another very important aspect of your life. We talked about insurance. We're talking about reverse loans. Let's talk about estate planning. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Everyone should call Blake, if for nothing else than a few questions and free answers. That's what he does at 833-ASK-BLAKE. You can ask about wills. Maybe what is a trust and can it benefit you and how does it work? What about an offshore trust? What about a special needs trust? What about a charitable remainder trust? What about all of these tools or just plain facing probate? Someone died, you don't know what to do. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Free market analysis of your property. Frank has been showing people how he can list a home and sell it for more money in less time than the market. He shows it. He proves it. Almost in every neighborhood he goes, he has the top selling, top prices. He did that for me. He set a record on a condo he sold for me, an all-time record that hasn't been broken. Let him serve you. Frank Duran, the real estate man, free market analysis and no obligation to list with him. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness, modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 18th,
You take your 130 out, 130,000 out, then the bank is owed 130.
Right.
They just accrue that interest on the balance of your mortgage. So at the end of 1 year, you may owe 130,700. At the end of the next year, 131,400. Nobody pays it. It just accrues to be paid later. At the same time, you're probably not making your mortgage payment, so you're saving 500 or 600.
Right.
So there's value there, and generally a reverse mortgage is only half of what the value of your home is.
Right.
Home is going up in appreciation, but your interest is only growing at half of that value.
I don't understand the Frontier New Deal at DIA. Why it's such a big deal?
What's going on?
They're saying they're renewing their contract at DIA, and they're going to have people check in. Actually, use the tarmac instead of the.
Oh, right. Yeah, you
but
know
why?
Why? So
does it save them money?
No, they're going to have front and rear loading. That's why.
How many times have I said that?
Right. So you can't do that with a jetway, but if you're on the tarmac, you can do it. That's what the big deal is about.
Oh, okay. Does that work for you after the show, like after 2? Okay.
Now, does that make sense,
bye-bye.
Tom?
Yes.
You've heard of the show Mythbusters, right?
What's that?
You've heard of the show Mythbusters?
Yeah.
They did a thing on loading up airplanes, and they found a system that worked. That was literally half of the time it took to board a plane. They had people go from the back to the front, and first you loaded all of the window seats, then the middle seats, and then the aisle seats, starting from the back of the plane.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. We've been hearing the wit and wisdom of Matt Witt. How's that? Okay, I know it's a little corny.
Let's go to the phones again and take care of your problems. Pete, what's going on with you? What's happening, Pete?
Hey, so I got a friend. She has a problem with a retaining wall. Apparently there's a bunch of elk that have nested, I guess. I don't know how you put that.
No, that's what they did. I think they nested. The elk are having babies there, right? Right behind the retaining wall?
Yep. And it's about a 1.5-ton-ish of weight that is pushing down on the ground, that is moving her land.
Yeah, I see.
Forward.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I had that happen, not with elk, but I had that happen, and we think it was from grazing cows that got out, and they went along that wall. Yeah, so what's going on?
So she got a bid. It's like 165 or 185 foot retaining wall that she needs to get on her land.
Well, if she, hold on, is there a retaining wall there now?
No.
Well, hold on. The elk are not nesting. I thought you said they were nesting near her retaining wall.
No, they're nesting where the retaining wall should be.
Oh, there's
the fact of their weight.
There's no retaining wall right now. It is where the elk are. Is that on their property? On her property?
Yes.
Okay. And why do you say if there were no elk, she would not need the retaining wall?
Correct.
And you say it's where a retaining wall should be. Now, why do you say that?
Because an estimator came out and gave her an idea of what needs to be done based on the elk being there and the way that the water is running currently through her property.
So
she needs a retaining wall.
Okay, is there a hill there? Are they nesting on the side of a hill?
Yes, it's more of a slope. It's an idle dale.
Okay, so these elk have basically gathered on a slope on her land.
Correct.
And it's causing the slope to collapse.
Correct.
And a landscaper or engineer said, you need to put a retaining wall to stop this from happening.
Correct.
But if you don't put up a retaining wall, what would happen?
Maybe a landslide, maybe destruction of property.
How tall is this slope? Is it above the house where it could hurt the house?
It's probably 20, 25 feet.
High.
And it's maybe 15 feet away from the house, maybe 20 feet away from the house.
So she's afraid she's going to have like a mudslide or something.
Correct.
And, okay, so the elk have nested on property. The weight is causing slope to fall, basically.
Correct.
And she's afraid. I got it. So how much will it cost?
$85,000.
Okay, so what is your question?
My question is, would a insurance claim cover that?
Never in a million years. Never.
Not even close.
It's landscaping. Never.
Wouldn't but
if she had a retaining wall that was destroyed, that's what I thought I thought you were going. That might work. But they're not going to put up a retaining wall out of the fear that the ground is going to crumble, out of the fear or because elk are there. Elk is not a natural disaster. I mean, elk wander through the property.
I don't think a mudslide would be
now,
covered either.
If an elk,
wouldn't that be a God's creation, or however they put it, in
an act of God? Listen.
An act of God, yes.
If this act, let me explain something to you. If that act of God caused the earth to move, that's not covered. Earth movement or diastrophism is not covered. Neither is flood. It's not covered. Now, so it wouldn't matter. A land movement, there are certain earthquakes are covered sometimes, but here's the bottom line. There is no event. You're trying to avoid an event. There is no event. There is no destruction of anything.
There is an event with the elk.
What's the event? That her hill is eroding?
No. No. The event is 1.5 tons of elk moving onto her property.
Hold on. And what is it causing? What destruction? There's no destruction. There's movement.
There is destruction.
It's not covered. It doesn't.
Look, bro. Go argue with an insurance person. It's not going to be covered. It's not an event. It's not a casualty event. If those elk ran through her garage, it would be covered, or went on her pool cover or something. The mere fact that they're on land and the land is quaking or moving doesn't make it a covered event.
Excel Roofing, we're on top of it.
If you have questions about your roof, call Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. Hey guys, it's Jay Bretz, the owner of Excel.
Policy, and especially when you can mitigate it. Get rid of the fucking elk. You don't wait there until something happens. I would like company. I would love a lot. She's afraid.
Bulletproof, EM-resistant roofs. At Excel, you don't pay a cent until Excel is the most trusted roofer in Denver for the last 29 years.
He didn't like the answer, so he's going to go elsewhere.
761-6400. That's 761-6400. Or go to excelroofing.com.
I think a robot is answering you on this one car. They say we're now closed. Where can we reach you during the day? Hello?
Have you got any legitimate calls on your car, Tom?
Oh, yeah. I'm working on it. I got it good.
ABC News, I'm Deirdre Bolton. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, third in line to the presidency, has tested.
Hey, Mark, what do you think about Tiger playing in the Masters?
I hope he does good today, man. I heard he's walking a little weird, but pretty good for the extent of that fucking injury.
His game looks terrific.
I was looking at his odds. He's like He's like on the lower middle end.
Well, yeah, because if it was anybody but Tiger, it would be zero.
Yep.
You a golfer, Matt?
Yep.
Where do you play?
Oh, just
Anywhere?
everywhere.
Yeah, there's so many good faithful play courses in Denver.
Absolutely.
What part of town you live in?
Highlands Ranch on the south side.
Okay, so you play at the Ridge occasionally?
Yeah, Ridge, Arrowhead, Fairhands,
Yep.
Links. My son's 15, he likes to play, so we go out.
That's great. You play like a Raccoon Creek.
Mm-hmm.
I like, Fox Hollow, Raccoon Creek, a great value for money.
He's trying to get a summer job for the first time this summer with Arrowhead.
Oh, I mean, is it caddy or
Just
something?
cleaning clubs and
Yeah.
getting golf cart ready.
And get free golf, right?
And get free golf.
Traffic fatalities around the country continue to
I know
climb.
we have a caddy program at my club, and it's great to take the kids,
Teaches them so much. Which club?
What?
Which club?
Cherry Creek. Not Cherry Hills, Cherry Creek.
I know where it is.
Have you played there?
I have not there. But I've been in the clubhouse. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Babe,
Yeah.
I feel bad, but I don't know, maybe I lucked out and you already made a reservation for STK for your birthday? You did? Oh, yes. What time did you do? Because I just made a reservation. The only thing they had was 4 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and the killers are at 9. So
I don't know about it. It's owned by one person.
Oh, it is.
So there's no committee.
So you don't want to do it on your birthday. I made one for 4 o'clock.
Nope. So whatever she says goes.
All right.
Is she a famous person right now?
Well, think about
No,
where you
just
maybe
because
do want to eat for your
It
birthday.
used to be Stacy Hart.
You know?
So his wife, they got divorced. Her family apparently is made their money. They own Harry's. She runs the club. I mean, she does a good job, but it's still, by dictate.
Yeah.
By fiat. There's no vote or anything. And they just raised the dues to ridiculous.
Not sure.
But,
Are they at max membership?
Nobody knows what the membership is. She won't tell anybody.
Doesn't have to.
So I joined a long time ago, and when I turned 70, you can sell your membership, or she made a deal with me that she would take the money and buy my son a legacy membership, and I would never have to pay dues again.
Wow.
So I signed that in a heartbeat. So for the past 7 years, no dues. So I don't care how much they raise it, but
incredible.
She raised it to $925, which is a lot of money for a golf course. But apparently, she has no trouble getting members.
I would assume not in that area, and it's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful course.
I just want to say I'm glad that Talib's not here because he makes me sick. He is just a guy that makes me sick. He just thinks he knows everything. And that Deputy Dollar, he sucks just as much.
Tom, real quick, heads up on this Ray guy. Son hung himself. He's been
Ooh.
drinking. He's looking for help through National Crisis Line. They're no help. He tries to call the governor's office. I said, look, I know Tom can talk to you, and we can just find out what resources are out there to get you some help. So anyway, that's the sad one.
Okay. Huh? Oh, I have been for years. I mean, I just have worked out for the last several years, right, Mark? I don't know how many years has it been now, 10. But still, I never really make it. Like, I think age just fights you,
That's the way to stay young.
But I'm trying to just not lose myself. Let's put it that way. I don't care about gaining it. I'm trying not to lose it.
That's why Discover offers helpful U.S.-based representatives available 24/7. Discover, exceptionally common sense.
Did they say anything? Oh, you didn't say anything.
I can't tell you what they said. I was sworn to.
I went in there and I realized they could hear everything I say, so I wanted to give them a show. Mark, what do you think about Talib? Come on.
Well, it's all right.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about Deputy Dollar? Oh, God, don't get me started.
Turn off the sound. Oh, can you turn off the sound?
No, hang on, dude. That's why it sucks.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say something.
Give me hand language. I got to do this texting. I got to bring this screen up every time. It's such a pain in the ass. This password. I wonder if I can change the password. Oh, that would screw Mike around.
Let your voice be heard. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app while streaming KHOW with a full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back.
I guess you could hear.
Yeah, real good. Mark, you're not going to tell her the truth, though, are you? Okay, good. I appreciate that. That stuff works good.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Man, if you don't stream this show, you miss so much. Because you know what we do? We talk behind the scenes. And I got a discussion I want to bring up. Maybe I should wait for tomorrow. It's car day, but I would like to get people's opinions on stuff. And we've been talking about that for a long time. I'm obsessing about it. Anyway, I digress. I'm Tom Martino, a consumer advocate who talks about everyday life. We solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. And this hour brought to you by Renew Home Innovations. And let me tell you something. Renew Home, they are great people. They do bathrooms. They do such a stellar job. They can convert that old, most houses that have that tower, that shower tub, they can take out that crap and put in a beautiful rectangle shower, like custom made, or a tub shower combination, or just a tub and a separate shower. And the showers are a work of art. American Standard fixtures and wall systems that look like stone and have no maintenance, special pricing for seniors. And this month, listen to this, 1/2 off installation labor. That's no bull. Nick is doing this for real, and it's a great deal. 1/2 off installation. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000, 303-904-2000. Let's talk. Okay, now, we have a guest today, and that guest is Silverleaf Mortgage. We've been talking about reverse loans and the good, the bad, the ugly, and if done right, they're pretty darn good. They have a jumbo reverse loan too, don't they? Isn't that a special product?
It is. There's jumbo up to $20 million.
What? Hold on. Are there people that really get a reverse loan on a big, giant house like that?
Absolutely. We had one. $20 million home in Aspen. She was able to take $10 million. She wants to live in the home, her home in Aspen, 6 months and a day, build or buy a new home in the Arizona area and travel between. She bought the home back when it was $1 million 30 years ago.
Oh, my God.
And it's her chance to take money out.
Holy crap. She'll never go wrong. So let's talk. Ray. Hello, Ray. Welcome to the show. What's going on, Ray?
Hello, Tom. I just want to say I've been trying to get some help. I've been trying to reach out. I have become an alcoholic, and my son hung himself like 6 months ago.
Now, Ray, hold on. Your son killed himself?
Yeah.
How old was your son?
24 years old.
Oh, that's terrible. Hey, Ray, did you become an alcoholic after that?
Yes. And I've been trying to reach out. I called the National Crisis Hotline, and they gave me a referral to a sunsetter telephone number, and I cannot I'm trying to help me become a better person.
Hey, Ray, are you married, or where's the mom in this?
We've been divorced.
Okay.
I have other kids.
And now, how are the other kids doing? Are they supporting you and helping you and talking to you?
I think I shut them off since I have been drinking.
Now, was he living with you at the time?
No, he was in Nashville, Tennessee.
In Nashville, okay. Were you in communication with him?
Yes, 2 nights prior to his death, even his mom sent me a message like he was trying to kill himself and he failed at it, but she leaves him alone and she does not call any buddy that would make sure that he doesn't do it again. And he does it the next morning and he passed away.
Hey, Ray, is this what started your downhill slide, or were you kind of depressed before that?
This was a downhill for me, and I'm trying to get some help.
I understand. How old are you, Ray?
From this day, I'm near 50.
Okay, and do you work?
Yes, I do.
And do you find any joy in everyday life now, or is there anything going on that's positive that you can think about or not?
I continue to be downward spiral.
Yeah.
Like I'm just being depressed about it all, and I'm trying to seek some help from the state.
Good.
I do have Medicaid, and it does not get you anywhere, and I'm trying to help me.
So I get it. You're reaching out for help, Ray.
Anyone.
So okay, so you have Medicaid.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you cannot find any mental health clinics or mental health facilities that will take Medicaid?
Outside of AA, I mean, AA is not enough help for me, and I just want to.
No, you need help for your depression. You need help for other things.
Yes, and nobody, the state does not pick up the phone. The governor's office, like, it doesn't even ring. It just, you go to the whatever, and just seeking some help, trying to be.
So what does help look
back
like?
On my feet.
What does help look like to you, Ray? I need to know that so we can be on the same page. Now, when you talk about help, what are you talking about?
I mean, some professional, somebody who knows something better than I do.
Like a counselor or psychiatrist or a psychologist. Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, like, and maybe somebody that can, like, get me back on my feet.
No, I know.
And
do you have, Ray, I want to ask a few questions, and we can probably help you. We can probably put somebody on this and try to find that and get cut through the red tape for you. I want a few questions. Do you have any friends?
Yes, I do.
Okay, are they close friends that you've talked to about this?
Yeah, and I think I've been annoying, since I got into this road.
I get it.
I've been annoying.
Sometimes, I will tell you this, sometimes people do tend to avoid friends who are depressed or who are down and out. That does happen sometimes. And you really should not feel, like you are a pest, because that's not the way it is. I'm glad you called us. There are plenty of mental health facilities, I think, and I'm not sure why you're having a problem finding those. Go ahead.
Yes, so when I called the National Crisis Hotline in Colorado, they gave me a Sunsetter phone number, and the lady, she did not even want to talk to me, and I'm like, hello, can
No,
you
wait a minute.
transfer me to another person?
You called the crisis hotline.
And then they gave him
Right.
Sunsetter.
And what is
I
Sunsetter?
believe Sunsetter like looks at different locations they have that might fit for him to get some therapy. I think, Tom.
Is that what Sunsetter does?
Yeah.
I want Deputy Doc. Hold on. This is made for Deputy Doc over here to call Sunsetter and find out why you got that response. And I also would like to ask our audience if they know of any mental health facilities, counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists who take Medicaid.
And I'm sure I am not the first person, I'm not the last person who's seeking assistance.
No, you're not, Ray.
You know.
You're not. Meanwhile, Ray, I mean, I'm serious. I'm going to have Deputy Doc call you off the air, and we're going to start looking. I want to ask people if they know of any mental health facilities that he can call. And, mental health is something still in this country that is not addressed properly. It just isn't.
Well, Obamacare expanded it more than ever before. It's massive. I don't know about the Medicaid part, but if he had typical Obamacare, he'd have no problem getting inpatient.
Well, and also, if I had $30,000, I would sign up tomorrow.
No, I know what you're saying, Ray. Ray, you have this. I want to also, let's see. So, have you ever, okay, and you say you're alcoholic. Now, did you have a problem with drinking before?
No.
How much do you drink,
no,
Ray?
Not at all.
Ray, how much do you drink?
Right now, since my son passed away, I think I've been drinking every other day.
Okay, how much do you drink every other day?
I would drink like a pint and a half of whiskey at least.
Wow.
But yes, it's terrible.
Well, okay, I'm not. When I say wow, a pint and a half is a lot, and you do that every other day. Is that because you're sleeping the other time?
Yes.
Or do you mean it? Or do you mean it takes you 2 days to go through a pint and a half? Is that what you're saying?
No, I will go through it in under an hour. But
and then you won't do it again for another day or so.
Exactly.
But do you have a physical urge for it? Is it a physical urge for it where you get sick and if you don't, or is it more of a psychological thing that you just dull your senses? Do you know?
I don't have withdrawals. I mean, prior to my son's suicide,
yeah,
I had a cardiac arrest where I was out for 4 minutes and. But prior to that, I really never. I was just a casual.
Okay.
A weekender drink.
Ray, tell me about your regular health now. Are you overweight? You normal weight? What are you?
I think I'm within the normal limits. I mean, I'm like 5'8". I weigh 170 pounds.
You're fine. Yeah. Now let me ask you about your life. Do you do anything for fun?
Yeah. I trade crypto.
Are you doing good with that?
Actually, yes. I bought 10 years ago.
You bought crypto 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Now, with Medicaid, you're allowed to have equity, which is good because they only count your income. So that's lucky for you because they don't look at your whole picture.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, before this happened with your son, did you have a regular primary care doctor that you had seen?
I had a doctor that I used to go and see, and I had. Okay, I mean, this is another piece of information.
Go ahead.
Had a heart attack right after I got divorced for some reason, a month. right after I got divorced.
Well, I get it. Yeah. All right. Listen. Here's what I want.
I just want some help.
I know. I get it, man. I get it. We're not trying to be nosy here. We're trying to get you that help. Okay. We're just trying to figure out how much help you need. We're going to call you off the air, okay, right now. And then he's going to get some information. Then we're going to, and he's a doctor, and we're going to try looking for places that will help you, okay? So hang on. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Oh no. He's been stolen.
Summit Stone
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim of your defenses. Hold on. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
You know, I know what it's like when you're looking for information. Perhaps you're injured in a traffic accident.
And you see all these commercials about big bad law firms, or you hear people say they'll take your case and they'll get you the most money. But those are mostly people who are gathering leads, and then they dole them out to people on staff. A giant law firm is not always the best. In fact, sometimes smaller is better. And Fuller Law is small by design. John Fuller wants to handle each and every case along with his staff of qualified people, and they will be in direct touch with you. You won't be handed off. 303-597-4500. John Fuller is my personal injury expert when it comes to traffic accidents. He's my accident lawyer. He can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. That stands for Colorado. myaccidentlawyer.co. 303-597-4500 for free information and case evaluation. 303-597-4500. Rocky Mountain IV Medics.com. Hey, these are medical professionals that come to your home under doctor supervision, and you'll get IV therapy at home or at your office, and you won't pay any more for it than if you went to one of these hydration bars. Why go out there and do all of that when you can get it right in your home or office? Rocky Mountain IV Medics, and you can do it for migraines, deficiencies, dehydration. If you have the flu, you just want to feel better. Call or text for same-hour appointments even, 720-987-2155, 720-987-2155. Let's talk about Homes Ideal Home Loans, where they like to say we listen, then we lend, and they really do. They want to fit a loan to your circumstances. So let's say that you want to pull cash out. They can structure that. Let's say you want to shorten your term or lower your payment, all of that. They also have the interest rate guarantee. So if rates go down, even by 0.75%, they will refinance you free of charge. IdealHomeLoans.com. Now, listen, they have salary-based loan officers, so that means they look for the best loans for you. Sometimes, the pre-approval puts you at par with a cash buyer. They'll approve you, and the money's set aside for you, and when you find a home, you can close like a cash buyer. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
When you're sick, injured, or experiencing an urgent medical problem.
Hey, Matt, I sent you the referral list contract to get signed. Do you mind getting that signed for me?
Sure. The DocuSign or just regular?
It's like a DocuSign. It's like a generic one. We got all your billing and all that shit. Sure. I just don't. We have the endorsement, just not the referral list.
If you have questions about your roof, call Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. Hey guys, it's Jay Bretz, the owner of Excel. This is our 29th year in business. When you need someone to help you with your roof, you can trust Excel Roofing. Call 303-761-6400 for roof inspections, roof repairs, and complete roof replacements. We do it all from inexpensive roofs for your rental to top-of-the-line bulletproof hail-resistant roofs. At Excel, you don't pay a cent until you're content. Excel is the most trusted roofer in Denver for the last 29 years. Same owner, same number. 303-761-6400. That's 7.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to get powerful technology actively finds a job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the stack.
See why 4 out of 5 employees get a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
How long will this bull market last? What will the next recession look like? Are you financially prepared? Visit my website now at KurtCanbeer.com. Is offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc., broker-dealer, member of FINRA SIPC, investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge Capital Partners are not affiliated.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Lots of sunshine for your Thursday. Temperatures today in the upper 50s and still a good breeze, not quite as strong as the last few days, but still those gusts can get up to around 40 miles per hour. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burst. Whether you want your pet to have the independence to run and play outside, or you need to correct some mischievous behaviors like digging in the trash, the hands-on trainers from Invisible Fence Brand do your pets for you. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more. Invisible Fence Brand. Surround your pets with care.
Hi, Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. My God, I can't say enough about them. If you have a garage door, you're going to want them in your Rolodex. Do they even have Rolodex anymore? you want them in your contacts. My God, did I say Rolodex? OneClearChoiceDoors.com. It's One Clear Choice Garage Doors, but the website is OneClearChoiceDoors.com. All of their prices for everything from doors to openers to springs, parts, all on their website, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Call them for 24-hour service, 720-370-3987. Great people, 720-370-3987. Don't go with a schlock garage door company. They do openers, too, and all components. 720-370-3987. Let's keep going here. Carrie's got some great information for Ray. Deputy Doc is going to be in touch with Ray and looking. And we also got a great text, by the way, and I appreciate people texting the show. You can text 57739 and just put Tom in the message so I know it's for me. Somebody mentioned Deputy Doc Summit Stone Partners. They behavioral problems, psychological problems, depression. They have a crisis center. They have a detox facility, and they do take Medicaid. So I want to. Can you get him that information immediately, or maybe you can call Summit Stone to see and verify that? But that's good. Hold on, your phone is crapping a little, Carrie. Hold on. Go ahead. Let's try it again. Doggone. She got disconnected. But call back, Carrie. I'm so sorry. Let me get people who've been waiting a while here. We have Mel. Hey, Mel, what's going on with you, Mel? Welcome to the show.
Hi. I've been a long-term listener.
Good.
I go back to Father John.
Oh, my God.
Your referral list is my Bible.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I thank you. I have a little bit of an unusual request. I had a heater air conditioner installed like 24/7.
Yes.
And your producer's helping me with that.
Well, I hope it's not serious.
No.
Okay.
What's serious is that I need to replace the paperwork due to a flood that wiped out my.
Okay.
Okay, and she's helping with that. What I do need your help with, though, maybe it's an angel or something that you can do over at Excel. I need someone to contact that can help tell me if the install of the heater air conditioner was deserved a kind of a rebate, either from Excel or from the feds. And I keep calling Excel.
Okay.
And due to COVID and a whole bunch of
I
other
get what
things,
you mean.
They didn't know anybody.
Now, Mel, did you get a 97%? 97% efficient?
I think so. I believe so.
There are some kinds of rebates with high efficiency furnaces. Did you ask Fix-It 24/7? Did they know?
I called them, and they're trying to replace the paperwork.
Okay.
When I talked to them, they didn't know just face on
what the answer was. Listen, Suze, if they have his name, they should be able to get you a copy of that paperwork in no time. In no time.
Right. Okay. My question is with Excel. Does Excel?
Let's find out.
Rebates.
Hey, Suze.
Yeah.
Suze, do we have an angel at Excel where we can ask about rebates on high efficiency furnaces?
I can email her, though. That's what we usually do.
It all matters if the company is registered with Excel. That's one of the biggest parts.
Right.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that.
Hey, also, you know what, Suze? If we can't get an answer from Fix-It, I'd like to call Fix-It and ask them. And if we can't get an answer from them, call Plumline as well, because I know Bob knows about that too. Either George or Bob or one of the people. Hold on. We'll try to get that information for you. Matt, we got a question about reverse loan. Somebody wants to know, can you use a reverse loan on a vacation home? In other words, if they have a vacation home, can they do a reverse loan on it? It's paid off.
Only if they live in that home 6 months and 1 day.
So it has to be the majority of time by 1 day.
Yes.
Okay. And then what? It's just like any other loan?
Then it's like any other reverse loan.
But the other house, then they wouldn't be eligible for. Only one house, basically, because you can only be in one house 6 months and a day.
That's correct. You can only have one FHA-sponsored mortgage at one time, and a reverse is an FHA-endorsed mortgage. So you would have to pick one or the other.
Okay. That's good to know. And that's silverleafmortgage.com. Okay, let's keep going now. Joanne, what's going on with you, Joanne? What's happening?
I'm still messing around with the I got to take the speaker. I'm still messing around with that 5071C letter that I got from the IRS. It is legal. It is. My daughter's CPA said, "Yep, you've got to respond to it."
Okay.
I went through the whole rigmarole of freezing all 3 credit units.
Now, did you talk to us already about this?
Yes, last week.
Okay, I'm looking for it. So I remember. I think we got Larson tax relief on there.
No, you said you were going to get somebody, and
we didn't
held
get
on,
them.
and then I thought I'm not so sure I was supposed to hold on.
Okay, you know what? Let's get them on now. And what did your daughter say to do, or her accountant?
Her said that I needed to, freeze my three accounts.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And she gave me the websites for it and everything, and I did it.
Good.
And
excellent.
I'm not a techie person. I'm your elderly lady up north. Do you remember me? That's how you described me.
You're the one. And I got help for that. I'm sorry.
I know you did.
I'm sorry.
But I didn't give you. No, I didn't give you.
No, but I know.
But anyway.
So you got this letter, and the letter said that they received your return, and you didn't file it.
From someone, yeah. No, it was someone else. And then when I did let my tax preparer know, she said, "Oh, I've been compromised. We need to file your taxes. I'll meet with you and we'll send them in." That's all she said.
No, but that's good.
I went ahead and did all the other stuff.
Good.
And that was April 3rd. I've never heard from her since. I have texted her,
who is she
messages.
with?
All I want is my stuff back so I can file my own taxes.
Who is she with?
Her name is Taxes by Pam. Her last name is Braun, Braun. And she's not a bad person at all. She was hacked, and I know she's going through a lot. But I was supposed to meet her.
Do you have her number?
She comes into Brighton. Yeah, I do.
Well,
Hang on a minute.
we'll get it back. No, hold on. I want to do a couple things, Suze.
Okay.
Is Suze over there, Shannon? Is she there? I don't see her. No? All right, hold on. Just hold on. We got some help. I have some ideas.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW. An iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Overall, traffic is moving along on the metro area highways without any major incidents or accidents. There is a report of some slow traffic southbound I-25 coming off of I-70 on down to Spear, and some slower traffic coming off of I-70 onto westbound I-270, working your way in towards Commerce City. But your drive across I-70 looking good. Fox 31 pinpoint weather today, mostly sunny, very breezy, a high of 56, tonight's low 26. And then for your Friday, mostly sunny skies with a high reaching 66. Currently, it's 46. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
If you're a valued customer, you deserve a simple gesture of appreciation from your credit card company. And that's why Discover matches all of the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. How many times can I say it? What makes it ideal? I'll tell you what makes it ideal. The fact that you have an interest rate guarantee, and that means that your rates are guaranteed, and if they go down, they refinance you free of charge. They also have a pre-approval if you take advantage of it. If you're out shopping, it puts you at par with a cash buyer. They also have cash-out programs where you can take out cash if you need them. They also have all kinds of things to help you. For example, they have credit optimization. Let's just say there's a few things on your credit you can improve quickly that'll help you get better pricing and better interest rates. They can do that by maybe having you pay down a balance by a couple $100 or correcting an address. That's simple. That's what they have at Ideal Home Loans. They treat you like a person. That's why I say Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan, 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000. Now, let's talk about selling your house. We all know the market's on fire. That doesn't mean you sell your house in a few hours. It means you might get offers, but you still have to have people who have loan approval, inspections, all kinds of deadlines. It takes a while, even 3 months, no matter what. Now, some people can close in a month or two. You may want to close tomorrow. You may want to check this week. You may have deferred maintenance. You just want to get out of town. Listen, I recommend you call Homevestors, 800-44-BUYER. They'll make an offer on your home. Before you say, oh, no, Tom, they'll never give me what I want, you have nothing to lose. Just see what they say. 800-44-BUYER. No obligation, 800-44-BUYER.
Hurting your neck or back can be a serious hit to your happiness and way of life. Pain relief doesn't have to mean an endless cycle of medication and doctor visits. Spine One's effective, minimally...
What I'm saying is, I get texted more during my show from people that know me that it just pisses me off, bro.
Call Spine One today, 303-367-BACK, or go online at spine1.com. The art of practice and more.
Mark, what is the guest password?
Right behind you. It's the one. Hold on, let me look. Oh, it's weird. There's they might have switched it. Let me look. What's the name of the Wi-Fi thing?
Guest, iHeart Guest.
Is there only one, or is there two iHeart Guests? If there's only one, you're fine. There used to be two, and the one with the capital G did not work. Okay. But if there's only one, they fixed it.
Okay. It looks like this one.
But they never seem to fix their neuropathy or you worry about their side effects. There's a better way. Front Range Medical Center can help. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness,
here we go.
And debilitating balance problems.
Oh, wait.
Center can relieve you from neuropathy with no injections and no trials. Using the newest, most advanced treatment. start feeling relief in only a few sessions. Call Dr. Dean Anderson, DC, at Front Range Medical now for a consultation and exam to see if your knee can be treated. He'll provide a painless exam.
Matt,
oh, never mind. I gotta have a way to communicate with those guys in there because I don't want to talk to you about business while we're on. Sure. Let me just at the top of the hour, we'll just have a little conversation. I want to see where we stand and how you can be helped.
Sure. The sharpest rides in Englewood, they're going to give you the best offer hands down. The sharpest rides is so easy to get to, just located minutes from I-25 in Santa Fe. And with the best appraisals in town from their trained buyers, you know, always be taken care of and get the best deals at the sharpest rides. I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in, go to the sharpest rides, best customer service in town. Get
Tax questions?
No
taxes. I mean, you're making too much. No, maybe not.
Plantinga says he can do his best, but he doesn't really know about that form.
He doesn't know about that.
Yeah,
letter.
he's not a tax preparer, he says, so he just doesn't know a lot about that form. So do you want me to keep him on?
I wanted you to keep him on because I need to, they're not,
Okay.
they're doing a special thing with us. You know that, right?
So they,
yes, sir.
it doesn't give the rebates, dude. They don't qualify under Excel. Bob's coming on to explain it.
What is it? Okay, good.
But we've had, that's not the first one of these.
Well, they don't promise to do that either.
They did at one point.
Well, at one point they might have done it. I don't think they would ever lie about it. Do you?
Well, when he was buying up all those companies, I don't know how any of that shit went down. If one of those companies was so-and-so that gave rebates, then all of a sudden they're under a new umbrella that doesn't. I mean, I don't know what the issues were. But Logan's coming on. He knows nothing about that general question.
Hey,
Tom Martino here.
Welcome to the show. We're very busy right now, so I'm going to get right to it, okay? I have Michael Plantinga with Larson Tax Relief. And, Michael, I know you don't do tax preparation. You guys do tax problems for people and tax issues. So I do have I do want to ask you this, though. The letter she got from the IRS basically is potential identity theft. During the original processing, they say that taxpayers they notify them saying, we received an income tax return using your name and social security number. And they warn you, but I don't know how the IRS flags a return as being possibly identity theft. Do you have any idea how that happens, Mike?
It could be the withholding amount was entered differently than what's on the actual W-2. Many things can flag that to the IRS.
Okay, well, here's the problem with Joanne now. Joanne went in and, as a precaution, put a freeze on her credit, which is really smart. But now, here's what I'm thinking, Michael. Is it possible that her return, she can't get a hold of her preparer, right, Joanne?
That's correct.
Is it possible that your preparer filed for you and you didn't know it?
No, I'm looking at what she wrote on April 3rd in response to my email to her. She says, my data was compromised. We will need to mail in your taxes. I have them ready to sign. Go ahead and respond to the letter that you have not filed your 2021 taxes. I will complete your taxes tonight.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Then, Michael, no matter what, whether this tax preparer is a bum or not because she can't get a hold of her, no matter what, I think she needs to respond saying, I did not file that return, right? Michael? Okay. So, Mike, hold on.
But I did that.
Okay, good. So now, hold on.
No, I went to ID me. It took me 3 days and help from my neighbor.
All right, Joanne, good.
I did the ID me.
You're very smart. This is great news. This is great news. Number one, you have done what you were supposed to do with credit.
Yes.
You flagged your credit.
Yes.
Number two, you responded to the IRS. So, Michael, what happens now? Michael Plantinga with Larson Tax Relief. She froze her credit. She responded to the IRS saying, I did not file that return. So she's pretty well off right now, right, Michael?
I would say so, Tom, though there is a phone number that should be provided with the notice.
And she should also, did you follow up with a
Absolutely.
phone call?
Check.
I did.
Good. And did you talk to
I
someone?
spent hours on hold.
But you never got to talk to anybody.
I did with the taxpayer advocate.
Good.
I did get someone to answer there.
And
the
what
other
did
phone number they gave me, they just said, we're busy, call another day.
But with the taxpayer advocate, what did they say?
She put me through to another account place because she said she didn't know how to do it. And that's when we get to they said, okay, you need to do the ID me, and I did that. I mean, I'm in a circle. I just kept going around and around.
But you did go through. Pictures. You did go through ID me, and it was approved, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then you're fine. You're fine. And Larson, by the way, we appreciate, Michael, all the information you give us. 844 Larson Tax, people with audits and tax problems and non-filers and bills and all that. Now, Joanne, the next thing you do is let us help you get your return back, okay? Let's help.
That would be wonderful.
We will. Now, Taxes by Pam, for some reason, she stopped responding to you.
Yes, she ghosted me totally.
Wow.
And there was another neighbor that was with me last night at Applebee's. She did respond to her text, and finally at 6:30 said, oh, I can't come because I have to bartend at my bar. I think she owns a bar.
Well, listen,
and
all you want is your stuff back. Suze.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Suze, let's get someone to call Pam for Joanne. All Joanne wants is her stuff back. She wants to be able to file legitimately to counteract this other return. So let's give that to one of our deputies for that. We got that. Okay, hold on. We got more coming right up.
Indirect traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Went to Tom, there's a place in Fort Collins, the Summit Stone Partners. Sounds perfect for him. They have all sorts of mental care, alcoholism, depression. They take Medicaid, and they will do an intake on him and get him set up in the program.
Fox 31 pinpoint weather, sunny and breezy today, a high of 56, tonight low 26, and 40 on Friday, low skies and a high of 66. Currently it's 46. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 6:30 to 8.
If your company needs to spring into efficient hiring, then check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Joe Lazzara, put the name down, and I hope you
never talk to him. He's a criminal defense attorney. Some people are stupid. They try to calculate what to drink and still drive. Others are smart, get designated driver. You get a DUI, whether falsely on the edge, unintentional, or you're flat out drunk. You will never get through the system alone unless you have an attorney to help you. 303-429-6200. Free initial consultations and flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200. Joe Lazzara. I want to tell you about another attorney that will give you free initial consultations. In fact, you never pay him out of pocket. He works on contingency. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, but here's something you really need to know. A firm of paralegals and professionals, and he will talk to you, every one of you who call him. He wants to be your accident lawyer. He's my accident lawyer on this show. He can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. Oh, you can go to these big bad guys and say, oh, we get this and we get that. And they gather clients like weeds. John Fuller gathers you like an individual. And myaccidentlawyer.co.
I'm Katherine Townsend, host of the true crime podcast Hell and Gone. In October 2015, 18-year-old Ebby Stepwick vanished without a trace.
And then the fact that they found her phone in her car, her wallet, her keys in her car, that right there tells...
Investigating
websites that are bad.
iHeartRadio is #1 for podcasts, and it's easy to see why.
Listen to Hell and Gone on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I Can Help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Is your concrete sinking, interior floor, basement, or garage? Brian here with Advanced Mud Jamming. I've been lifting concrete in Colorado for over
These are the worst designed websites I've ever seen in my life. Just all of them. They're just bad. They're bad websites.
Let's do more to improve.
I mean, just these dealership websites are all bullshit.
Actually,
I mean, they're not easy. They're not.
1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s.
They're not intuitive. They don't work half the time.
After all, your nose is the body's air filter.
They don't work.
Dirt and germs. The first line of defense against
they don't have full inventory. They have nothing.
They have nothing. Your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine. It's more like
they just.
So why are you on this side? You're trying to sell
one and multiply. And
well, you're a spam. I just ran through the whole thing.
More or less and stay.
No, why are you looking at dealerships?
2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target.
It's weird. Sometimes it does. It just depends on how your settings are, you know. I think because it comes from an info and not a name. I don't know.
Here's your wet, heavy mop around. Then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done, and you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first. And Manny in Chattanooga, whose local Ranger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done. So you're redoing your kitchen and bath? Got just the place for you. Below wholesale on cabinets, granite, sinks, faucets, bath hardware, and all kinds of accessories. Buy and build. Great for do-it-yourselfers or send your contractor. And another.
Are we in a break right now for the whole hour?
Turnkey, low cost.
No. Oh shit! I just am fucking late. Okay.
Just west of
Why don't you stay on me on that?
Then south on LaPena. Come on, 303-295-6022. Buyandbuild.net. Denver's talk station. 630 KHOW.
I'm Tom Martino. Deputy Doc, you working on anything?
I got in touch with a place called Summit Stone Partners, which is a complete mental health facility. And I spoke to them briefly. They said it sounds like Ray would be a great candidate. So
they do take Medicaid.
And they take Medicaid.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Services for depression, for alcoholism, everything you can think of. I spoke to Ray, gave him a number, and he's going to call me back after they do an intake.
I want to thank the person who texted me that information. You know who you are. The last 4 digits of your phone number, 473-713-TALK, and you can text the show, any of you, 739. You can text that number. It'll come to me. Just put Tom in the message, 57739. Doc, what else did you want to say?
Oh, no, I'm just going to say this sounds perfect for him because they can deal with both the depression and the alcoholism.
Yes. Now let's talk to Bob. Question regarding XL rebates in general. Now, they rebate you for getting high-efficiency furnaces. Is that right, Bob?
That is correct. High-efficiency furnaces and air conditioning systems.
Now, how much of a rebate is available if you do it the right way? And we'll get into the right way, but what is available potentially?
Well, you know what? I should know that off the top of my head, Tom. I think it's up to $800 right now.
That's pretty darn good. I mean, any rebate's good. But is it true,
Absolutely.
Bob, is it true that you have to use a qualifying contractor before you're eligible.
That's correct. So to be part of the XL program, you have to go through quality control checks. And as you know, when we're sizing our systems, we do what's called a heat load calculation to make sure that the system is sized properly for the home. We're one of the few companies in Colorado that do that. And of course, as an XL provider, all the people that are approved as XL providers do that as well. But they will make sure that you submit those with every install before you get the rebates. And then they will also do occasional spot checks, come out to the homes and verify the load calculation to make sure that you're doing your job right. So you do have to be an approved vendor and do quality control checks and heat load calculations in order to submit for the rebates.
And how do you find out before you buy high efficiency if it's important to you to get that rebate? How do you find out? Is there a list somewhere?
You can. You can just go to XL's website and it'll list out the approved vendors in Colorado. And there's a lot of really good vendors on there. As I say all the time, I got a lot of really good competitors in Colorado, but we got a whole lot of not so good competitors in Colorado. And what a lot of people will do is, and these should raise red flags. You know, if they come into your home and say, "Hey, we can save you money by not pulling permits. We'll save you $500," that means they're probably not doing the job right. If they say, "Oh, we can give you an instant rebate on the XL program," I would still verify that they are part of, because XL does not do instant rebates. Now, the company may be doing an instant rebate and then submitting and having the homeowner sign over the rebate to them.
Yeah, or they may be doing something on their own, which is fine, right? Just something on their own.
Or they may be doing something on their own, but if they're claiming to be an XL approved vendor and that this is part of the rebate program, sometimes they'll say that and just offer a discount on the front end. So you still get the discount, but I would still verify, are they doing the heat load calculations? Are they doing everything they're supposed to make sure you get a quality install? Because you've heard me say a million times, you can buy the best equipment money can buy, but if it's not installed properly, it's not going to run efficiently. It's not going to last as long. It may not be safe. So,
and here's the number for Plumline, by the way, plumlineservices.com, 303-586-1086. I've known Bob a few years. I think he didn't have any gray hair when I met him. 303-586-1086. Thanks, Bob. Plumlineservices.com. We have more coming up with Silverleaf Mortgage and your calls. We're so happy we were able to get some help for that gentleman. More coming up.
So what am I doing with the XL color, the rebate color? Am I getting over to our XL Angel for a reason? I'm very unclear.
No, I mean, he's not going to qualify for the rebate because Fix-It's not.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. They never said they were.
Okay.
But he can get his paperwork, though. That we can help with.
I already sent that to George.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
But they don't qualify. They don't qualify.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm locked out of my own account.
That's what happened to me when I tried to set it up through my phone number.
Yeah, so I just got to get on a computer because it won't let me fix it.
Okay, got it. That got squirrely with me, and I wonder it's because my phone number is already attached to my own Facebook.
Actually, it's telling me you can't.
Where's your son going to school?
You have now been attached to all of these high-profile accounts.
My younger son.
So now you got to set up two-factor authentication on your account so I can let you back in. So I got to.
Okay, do you need my PC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got excellent grades, so probably not tennis, but at least academic.
And your other son's in Princeton? How's he like living on the East Coast?
He doesn't even notice.
Really?
No, he's so busy. I don't even think he knows when it rains or sun shines.
But
he doesn't complain.
That Princeton area is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it is the whole area.
What's he studying?
He's studying operational research in financial engineering. And it's part of the engineering department. I have no idea what financial engineering is. I don't ask questions.
I know. I have a son who works for. He's a project manager over Charter Communications and doing IT stuff. And I said, his name is Eric. What do you do there, Dad? You wouldn't understand it. You know, it's so technical. We don't. But it's funny, when we took my son out east, he hated the fact that when you drove upstate, it's so, you know, it's so wooded. Is it closer to flying to Philadelphia?
It is. This next weekend for Easter, we're going out. We're going to fly to Newark and then to Dinky. They have a station right on campus.
Oh, really?
It was like one of the first in New Jersey back in the day.
Wow.
So we're just going to take the Dinky. Goes right into Newark, goes right into Princeton. I have to brag about him just for a minute. He's a really good runner.
Yeah.
He set a couple high school state records.
Really? In what distance?
800 and a mile. He still holds records. He won the Ivy League championship. Placed fourth nationals.
Wow.
And then just won the Texas Relays.
That's awesome.
So he's just having a great.
Is he going to try for Olympics?
He wants to. He'll tell you that he's going to. He's just got kind of a driven kid, but makes it much easier to adapt to your freshman year when you win something and
oh yeah,
people know you a little bit.
And when you have a preformed group,
absolutely.
So you don't feel like, you know, Princeton's a pretty big school, so you don't feel like this. You're on an island all by yourself with all these strangers. It's great. It's a great idea.
Yeah. And you come in with some achievements, but everybody there has the same achievements or more. So you're a small fish in a big pond.
Well, that's they told us in medical school. They said, you know, you used to be in the top of your class, but everybody here was the top of their class.
Right.
So get used to it.
Is there a big difference?
I know my son went to Regis,
that in the lower part?
and then he went to CSU, and there must have been 20 of them that
just
went
the engine
from
or more?
Regis to CSU, and he has this great, you know, peer group that was just wonderful.
Okay, got it.
They've been together since high school.
Is that the top of the line?
So it really does help.
He's going to go do a software job in Park City this summer. And the owner of this software company.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That helps. Buy it.
The answer is not become the banker, but we had somebody on last week for annuities, and the guy wanted their info, and I can't remember who it was. But he says it wasn't become the banker.
Park City house.
You remember?
Did the guy 2 days ago talk about that?
Who would it have been?
When we were gone, who was it?
What?
I don't remember. Planning centers.
He says it was last Thursday, and when he says it wasn't become the banker, it was someone else you had on for the call. And I can't remember for the life of me who it was, but I kind of remember.
It wasn't the guy with the 1031, was it?
It is.
It is. It said I've gotten emails on that.
Should I not be?
It was a 1031 guy, right?
I'll just do my full disclosure. Yeah, you're right.
The guy that doesn't say anything.
Right. Well, didn't he talk to you and Tom off the air?
No.
67897. It's the Dan Kaplan Show.
So you have just those two.
Okay, there's that. I can delete this. You'll probably get a million messages on that contract. Just delete them all. It's wacko because every time someone touches it or looks at it, it lets everybody else know.
Gotcha.
You don't have to do anything else. You've lost weight.
I did lose. Yeah, he did.
I'm looking at the picture on your email. I bet you've lost 50 pounds?
50 pounds.
You lost 50 pounds?
50 pounds.
What was the secret?
Started July 1. I just started eating healthy. That's it.
That's good.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK,
713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are fighting for you. All you have to do is give us a call. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, for free market analysis of your home. Call Frank. No obligation to list, but if you do, you won't find anyone better. He sells for more, faster, and he has stats to prove it. He just does. He outperforms everyone. In my opinion, he's the best. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Today we have with us from Silverleaf Mortgage, Matt Witt. He's here to talk about reverse loans. We also have people talking about other things. We've had such a busy show. I want to recap some stuff that's very important to go over. First of all, the scumbag piece of crap, Alfonso Gallegos at Superiority Construction, is a piece of garbage. At 720-980-7207, we shut down his phones, I think. I'm hoping we did. Hold on. I guess I'm not getting my phone on. Huh. I can't. My phone's not working. Okay. Why don't I hear my phone, bro? Okay. I'm trying to get my, I'm trying to dial out. Can't dial out. I wanted to dial this scumbag. So, but he is bad news. He took money, didn't pay his sub, and he didn't pay, the job's not done, and didn't give any money back to the consumer. So both the consumer and his sub got ripped off, and this guy walks with 26 grand. He's a piece of crap. There we go. Thank you, man. Let me just try to call this SOB. Well, actually, I shouldn't insult his mom. He's just a piece of garbage all by himself. Let's see if we shut down his phones. Get ready, Suze. This guy's a piece. Let's see. Oh, good. Grab him. Let's see if he
Please leave your message for 720-980-7207.
Hey, Alfonso Gallegos, Superiority Construction. This is Tom Martino live on the radio. And guess what? You are a liar and a cheater and a ripoff, and I am going to let everyone know. You took $26,150 from Sean. You didn't even pay your workers, and the job's not finished. You walk with 26 grand, right? No. We're going after you, bro, and we're going to let everyone know, and I'm not going to forget it, okay? So you might want to call us, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466, okay? You know what we usually call people that take $26,000 and don't do the work? A thief. That's what we call them. Thieves. Give us a call back, scumbag. I am so tired of contractors doing this. It makes me sick. Joan, what's going on with you, Joan?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call. Someone has been using my cell phone number as theirs.
How do you know that?
Well, because I keep getting calls and texts from mortgage companies, travel agencies, asking for this person who is not me.
Well, they might have had the number prior.
No, I've had my number for 10 years. I've been able to get some information on this person, and her number is one number off from mine. So I think what she's doing is she's calling or getting online and applying for things and then giving my phone number out instead of hers. One of them was for a foreclosure, and she put her address in
Why
there,
would that
so
benefit her, putting the wrong number in there?
Oh, so she's not bugged. That's why.
Yeah, but she's the one reaching out for the info she just said.
Oh, yeah.
She is, but I keep getting texts and phone calls from all these different companies, and I keep having to tell them, I am not her, please remove me. But it's been going on for 3 years.
God, for 3 years?
Yeah, for 3 years. And finally I sent her a cease and desist letter once I got her address and verified it through, web pages and lookups and that type of thing. And I sent it to her with a form in it that said, please sign this and send it back to let me know that you're not going to do this anymore, or I will take further action. Well, she's still doing it. So is there anything else I can do?
Well, I think not. Really, what else could you do? I mean, really.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like you can sue her for it. I mean, I guess
Right.
it's ridiculous.
It's not worth it. Yeah. Yeah. It's just such a waste of my time to have to keep answering the phone or answering these texts and saying, this is not her. Take me off your list.
You're right.
But beyond that, I don't know what else to do. And I'm just getting tired of it. Even after I've told her, don't do it anymore, she's still doing it.
Doc, Mark, Suze, I don't think anything. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean,
there's no benefit.
I think it's a mistake, Joan. But Joan, so do you know her real number?
I do.
Let's call her.
I found it today. I did try to call her, and she's not accepting any phone calls.
Well, what does that mean? What happens to it?
It means that you get an automated message saying this number is not. She knows.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and it's just one number off from mine. So, but it's not enough of a mistake to be a coincidence. She's obviously giving out my number instead of hers. But I'm really tired of travel agencies calling saying, hey, Susan, we got a great deal for you. I'm not Susan.
Oh, well, like we said, we can't. I don't know. What do we do?
I don't know what else to do. And I don't know what good that would do because she might not be a nice person.
Can you show up with a police officer?
Nah, that's not going to help. Come on.
I don't think the police in Pueblo are going to go with me. Do you?
No, but these people suck when they do stuff like this. They really.
It's just so annoying.
Do. If you have her number, I would call her or have people start calling her, but that's not going to do you any good because she's not taking any calls, right? She does. It doesn't even go to voicemail.
No.
All right. Nothing.
No.
I don't know what. I wish I had an answer, Joan. I don't think there's anything you can do. If someone wants to give out your number, there's nothing you can do, really. I mean, they give out your number. It sucks, but they give out your number. We have a question about reverse loans from Silverleaf Mortgage. Now, they heard of a product for silverleafmortgage.com. This question, they've heard of a product that can go down to 55 years of age.
Yes.
Now, that's a private product, or is it FHA?
Well, that's a double answer there.
Okay.
A regular reverse mortgage, one of the spouses can be 55 or even younger. However, there is...
but the other one has to be 62.
The other one has to be 62. You're exactly right. There are programs out there where the...
You're sure there's no program where a single borrower can be 55?
Yes.
There is.
There are non-FHA endorsed programs.
And how do they're non-FHA? Are they still guaranteed not to be upside down?
They are guaranteed that they have the same program rules as a reverse. They're just created by individual lenders, and they'll
okay. So 55, but then it has to be very restrictive on how much you can borrow.
That's the key right there. It could be 25% value. The interest rate could be 6 or 7, but it is available on the market.
So that would be in dire emergencies.
Yes.
All right, we have more coming up. I'm Tom. Get your calls in 303-713-TALK.
I'm so glad.
Resist? You're so cute. And you said you love Triple J Armory in your bio.
Well, they do have the best indoor shooting range in Colorado.
Jenny, maybe this is too
The only
soon,
thing
but
she can do,
you
Tom,
get a new range membership at Triple J Armory with
you
me?
can set your phone so that you only get calls from people on your contact list.
Range membership pricing for individuals, families, businesses, and couples. Located off C470 in Broadway in Littleton. Triple J Armory. Protect the people you love.
You know, when you have a retirement plan, what does that mean?
What does that mean? People have 401ks. Other people have annuities. Some people have an estate plan. Other people have a reverse loan. Some people might have stocks and bonds. But who coordinates all of it? The answer is probably no one. That's why I'm going to Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. These people coordinate everything for you. And you know what they do? They save you money. They make sure you don't have redundancy, and they make sure you have enough to retire on. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211. That's rpcenter.com, the people you want in your corner, a father, son, and son-in-law team, people you can trust. I know I do. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, rpcenter.com. They'll meet with you. They'll come to you. You can go to them or they can do it online, 970-663-3211. Genesis Total Exteriors. That's what they do. From roofing, gutters, siding, windows, doors, decks, painting, outbuildings, whatever it is outside, they'll take care of it. And here's what they do. They can handle all your insurance damage as well. Why? Because they're an exterior company. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Another thing they can do, of course, is solar. GenesisSolarCO.com. Give them a call. That solar system, by the way, is guaranteed for 25 years, both production and components. 303-679-8509. 303-679-8509. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. All right. Ideal Home Loans is proud of the way they do business. They say they're ideal because first they listen, then they lend. Exactly does that mean? That means that they put loans together to fit your lifestyle. Now, you may need to take out some cash to pay off high interest debt. You may want to get an interest rate guarantee. On every loan, they have that, which means if you close and rates go down, you didn't miss the boat. They refinance you free of charge. They also have pre-approvals, which are like cash deals. That means that you go out shop, and as soon as you find the house, they can close within days. Ideal was founded in the early 2000s by Brent Ivinson. He's still at the helm, and I know him personally. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. It's not just a slogan. They have salary-based mortgage officers, loan officers that try to find the best fit for you. IdealHomeLoans.com.
When you're sick, injured, or experiencing an urgent medical problem, the last thing
So should we tell her that on the air, Tom?
home to find care. Now, thanks to Dispatch,
You know, different carriers offer different spam blocker options.
But this is not spam.
Well,
I mean, it's legit.
one of the options I've heard is if you're calling for Matt Witt, press 1. And they may say, well, I'm not calling for Matt Witt. That's long shot, but
You'd also like to just do a contact list, which is really
for sure.
thing to do. She can do that right on her phone. She doesn't even have to call the carrier.
That'd be good.
capabilities to deliver IV fluids and even take x-rays at the home. It's really that powerful. Plus, they're affordable and in-network with most health insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicare Advantage. So the next time you're sick or injured, stay home, stay safe, and let Dispatch Health come to you.
The best $79 you'll spend. It'll get you a complete air conditioning check from Plumline Services. Catch things before. Turn to the experts. Plumline Services, Castle Rock to Longmont. Plumline got you covered. Earning your trust since 1998. Character and ethics. Service at home. Servants at heart.
Yeah, so it's just one click.
No phone call, no hassle, no wait. Plumline Services.
Calls from unknown numbers will be
Dangerously
silenced.
easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much
You can do
sensitive
that.
info is all together.
One click on it.
Annual meeting of Sean's personal info.
Has anyone seen Social
Sorry.
Security
Yeah.
number?
See how it works.
Nope. Oh no. He's been stolen. LifeLock by North makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
Identity theft protection starts here. It's Colin Coward. Here's what's trending from iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz. It's opening Major League Baseball with 7 games on tap today, with the Brewers and Cubs getting the 2022 season started. The Rockies will start theirs tomorrow against the Dodgers. Former Rockies shortstop Trevor Story posted a letter to social media thanking the Rockies organization, teammates, coaches, and the fans. And Tiger Woods has begun his opening round at the Masters, 14 months after a devastating car accident that threatened his life and his career. I'm Jimmy Haffren. Stunning design, unmatched intelligence, and a compact, ready-for-anything build. Sometimes exceptional is the rule. The 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA, member of the unrivaled SUV family. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Looks like
Mercedes-Benz,
old Nancy's got the COVID, man.
Radio to your top. And when you ask Alexa to play 630
You know, Matt,
KL
the
on
thing I ever did was transfer
Denver's
the
talk
tax
station,
play.
is available everywhere. Just download our free iHeartRadio app.
I was having a
630
really
KL,
big fight.
an iHeartRadio station.
And he had his wife call me and say, look, so-and-so wants to make up with you and take you to play Augusta. And I didn't want to be a golf tour.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are talking about all kinds of problems, questions, and complaints, and I want to bring your attention to the scumbag of scumbags for today, Alfonso Gallegos, Superiority Construction, 720-980-7207. Alfonso, you might be pissed off at me because I keep saying that, and I gave out your number to a point where it shut it down, but you don't know why? Because I think you're a liar and a cheater and a ripoff and a thief. You took $26,000 from Sean. You didn't even pay your worker, so you kept all the money. And guess what? No, 50% of the work still has to be done, or more, actually, more than 50%. Walked off the job, your worker did, because you didn't pay him. I've been calling, leaving messages, just to remind you, you're a scumbag. You were on, what is that called? The Next Door, stalking people. Listen, people, don't you think it's, look, I know that you're used to people being on the radio talking about the conservatives and the progressives and why you should be pissed at each other and COVID and all these other things, right? All I'm doing here is trying to expose liars, cheats, and ripoffs, and that's what we can all agree on. I don't think there's anyone, progressive or conservative or whatever you call yourself, that wants to be ripped off. We all want good products and good services. We have to band together to spread the word. So, please spread the word about Alfonso Gallegos for today, and he needs to go on the Sleaze Brigade. Suze, were you able to find a picture of Alfonso Gallegos? I'm sure it's ugly.
I have his driver's license.
Good.
Or it's a Colorado ID.
Good.
Not a license.
He probably doesn't have a license. Who knows? He has a license to steal, he thinks. Gallegos, Superiority Construction, and ripoff. You know, it just pisses me off that people can go into business and think they can rip people off. So let's try that number one more time. Meanwhile, you can call us 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, and I'll give out his number one more time because I want to make sure you have it. Let's see if it's ringing.
Please leave your message for 720-980-7207.
So, how you going to do business, Sean? Gallegos, Alfonso, if you don't answer? Yeah, I know. You're feeling the heat from the Martino Marauders. And you want to know why? Because you're a lying, cheating, scumbag thief. At least that's what we're told. Sean paid $26,150. You took the money. You didn't even pay your subcontractor. You can't take money like that. I don't care if you want yourself a nice red pick-me-up truck or something. You can't do it. Your braces for the kids, whatever you're buying. You can't do it. You can't rip people's faces off like that. So I'm going to continue to give out your number and tell people that you should be out of business, and I'm proud. I'm proud to spread that word. 720-980-7207. And we will continue. I'm Tom Martino, so let's find out what's going on in your life. Now, interest rates have gone up. Does that affect reverse loans? We have Matt with us from silverleafmortgage.com. It is going to affect. But did you say it doesn't have as much of an effect? Why?
Well, the rate themselves are not going up on reverse mortgages. What's happening is the amount the client can borrow is less. So that's where they're being affected, is they can borrow less of their home's equity than they would have 6 months ago when the bond prices were lower.
Okay, so what are the rates doing right now? And since it accrues, it's not as important, but what are the rates doing?
So an average rate is about 2.5%. Same margin on the MTA, and then there's a 0.5% in FHA mortgage insurance premium that gets added. So an overall rate may be 4 to 4.5%. And those have remained constant over time. You just can borrow a little bit less of your home's equity right now.
All right. So if you're looking for a reverse loan, we have Silverleaf Mortgage in the house, or if you have any questions for one of your maybe relatives, let us know. Maybe an elderly mom or dad, or some people have used it to keep their home. And it really is something that I think that needs a serious look, especially now that equity is at an all-time high. It's not been as high. So we've been doing a lot of stories also on other things, like where is it a place, where are people struggling? People seem to be moving out of Colorado now for the first time more than they're moving in. Why do you think? Did you know that? According to stats, the last few months have been the first time that more people are moving out of Colorado than moving in.
Probably the cost of living, the pricing of homes, anything.
Do you know one of the biggest influxes in the country? What state? First of all, what's the biggest? What do you think? California? Absolutely. Colorado's right up there. Move out states. Do you know where they're moving?
Texas.
And Florida. And Arkansas. Isn't that weird? Now, again, this is not a political show, but they are conservative states. Isn't that weird? That people leaving liberal states are going to conservative states. Now, I'm not saying, by the way, it's because of politics. Isn't that weird? Okay, so let's talk about Colorado. Why are people moving out? They are. And there's a lot of reasons. One thing Mark said, he said that it has to do with the cost of living. People can't afford it. And I'm going to tell you the cities and states that are most affected coming up. Meanwhile, if you're affected, give us a call. Or if you just want to talk, 303-713-TALK, a problem, question, or complaint. More after this.
Mark,
Simply Floors and Art of Granite Station. Mark Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 6:30 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
Southbound I-25, a little sluggish as you work your way through the downtown stretch. Northbound, though, looking good in that area. Now, there is an accident just to the west of I-25 on Federal southbound at West 26th Avenue. Watch for delay there. The rest of the metro area highways been pretty good. No reported major delays on 225 or across I-70 at this point. C-470 looks good. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, sunny and breezy today. A high of 56, tonight's low 26. And then for your Friday, mostly sunny skies and a high of 66. Currently, it's 47. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
When you buy a home with Rocket Mortgage, you'll have a team of experts to help you every step of the way. Forget unwanted surprises and unanswered questions. That's not how they work. You'll feel informed and confident at every turn. When you're ready to buy or refinance, Rocket can.
Two companies I have done business with numerous times and I absolutely love, and I love both of them for somewhat
of the same reasons. They both made my house look a lot better, and I'm not kidding. TheArtOfGranite.com is the first one. Mitch Floria, the owner, is an unbelievable man. In fact, he came here not long ago from another country with only $300 in his pocket, and he created Art of Granite. It's a great company. If you want those beautiful new countertops, maybe granite, any kind of hard surface, and new cabinets, Mitch is your man. And if you take some pictures and actually text or email them to him, he can give you a quote right over the phone. Who else can do that? The other company I absolutely love is Buddy Mitchell and Karen Mitchell. They're the owners of SimplyFloorsInc.com. They make it so easy to shop for flooring. When we were looking for new carpet, we went to SimplyFloorsInc.com. We chose a time for them to bring the samples out to us. That's the only way to shop flooring. They have a big place you can go to and look at stuff, but trust me, you want them to bring you the sample so you can see it with your furniture, your house, your other flooring, but they have everything. LVT, they have hardwood, tile, you name it, these guys have it. And the kicker, my favorite part, they can save you up to 40% compared to the big box stores. SimplyFloorsInc.com and TheArtOfGranite.com. Take it from me, great companies, and you can find them both on referralist.com.
How long will this bull market last? What will the next recession look like?
Are you financially prepared? Visit my website now at kurtcambier.com for your free portfolio analysis. That's Kurt with a K, CAMBIER.com.
Pardon me, Doc, I missed your whole update. Did you touch base with Leon?
Oh, yeah, I got him set up with Stone Summit Partners. They sound a perfect fit for him.
Okay.
So I called them and said,
What's
all
done
he has
more
to
to
do
improve
is
overall
call
health
up.
and wellness,
They will
modern
do the
medicine,
takeover
or
the phone,
personal hygiene?
and if
Actually,
appropriate, they'll
it's
set up an
both.
appointment
But
with him.
considering that bathing went
Okay.
mainstream in the 1800s
Okay,
and brushing
good.
your teeth in the
And then I had a
1900s,
guy
isn't it
call
time
and
for
say,
something
I don't know
new,
if this
like
is
cleaning your
in case
nose?
that doesn't
After all,
work out
your
or something.
nose is the body's
He
air filter
wondered
for
if the
trapping
guy
dirt and
needed some
germs.
grief
The first
counseling,
line of
and there's
defense against
Richard
allergens,
Lambert
bacteria, and
Foundation.org.
viruses from
I
getting
guess it's
into
grief
your lungs.
counseling
But
and
how do
write
you
in,
clean
and
your
it's
nose?
done on
With
by your pay
Navage.
scale,
Navage
and they
isn't
could probably
medicine,
get him
it's
some
more like
counseling for
plumbing.
next to nothing.
Navage uses
Email you
powered
the info
suction
just in
that
case.
saline in
Okay.
one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply. And then out the other nostril, flushing out
Doc,
mucus
turn
and
that fucking
microbes so
thing
you
down,
can
please.
breathe better,
I know you
sleep
did do
deeper,
it.
snore less.
Holy shit. I know that's your favorite
I
commercial.
hate this commercial.
At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
And babe, did you get my text there? I have a 2:00 call I have to do first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reminding you that a cash out refinance is a strategic way to lower your rate.
Hey, Mark?
Yeah.
The new thing called Quadro, where you have 4 at the same time that you have to solve,
Oh, that's weird.
which is really hard to do.
Before you start, so you can understand your options without having to pay any upfront or hidden fees. And if you like what you hear, they'll design a custom loan program around your goals, and they help you skip through payments. So what are you waiting for? Pre-qualify for free by calling 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online, AmericanFinancing.net. MLS.
Did you do today's word yet?
Not yet.
All right.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show anywhere that does what we do. We solve problems, we answer questions, and we take complaints. Whatever's on your mind, give us a call. I want to say something about divorce. It's never a happy time, and it can be stressful, but Harris Family Law tries to take the sting out of it. They do unbundled services, one of the few law firms that do that. That means that if you have a divorce and you want them to handle just a part of it, or you want to reopen something like child support or spousal maintenance or something, they can handle just that for you, or they can do the whole thing. It's harrisfamilylaw.com, or if you are facing a divorce, they'll do an early neutral assessment where they walk through the entire process with you and what to expect. 303-515-5000, 515-5000, harrisfamilylaw.com. Really good people. They do collaborative law as well. That means that they seek the other party out and they agree not to file stuff and to talk everything out, not to file in court. The motions, which keeps costs down tremendously. harrisfamilylaw.com. So, people are struggling financially in some states. We think everything is hunky-dory, right? Things are starting, just as I predicted, to slow down. Businesses are reporting a slowdown, ever so slightly. You see what happens when the economy is revving and you have very low unemployment. You have companies competing for employees. What happens is they have to pay a little more because they're competing for employees. Then you couple that with supply chain shortages due to COVID and oil prices, and people start feeling economic pressure. As a result, things slow down just a tick, and somebody says, you know what? I may wait a second before I buy something. And then businesses start slowing down. And when they start slowing down, they stop buying, and they may even stop hiring. Then unemployment will tick up a little. Watch out for that. That's the next sign that we're going to be in for a giant recession. You wait. It's impossible not to happen. Yes.
Do you think the rising interest rates are going to finally slow down the hot housing market?
Of course it is. Of course it is. That's what I mean. All of this is going to come to a head and cause a major recession. A major recession. Now, can it be stopped? Yeah, if we take certain steps, but our government is certainly not taking those steps. So, be ready for it, folks. And I want you to hold me to it. Now, if things start turning around where they start making changes and it can prevent it, that would be good. Then what I'll do is I'll come on and talk about it.
What steps would you take, Tom?
First of all, when it comes to unemployment, there's not much you can do. People are working. That's a good thing. So employers are competing. That's a good thing. They're paying people more. That's a good thing. But when things start slowing down, okay, when things start slowing down, businesses have to do is be satisfied and not start laying people off immediately. But people, if you have the money, you should not totally stop buying. You should maybe curtail it a little, but the problem is, the real answer is you can't stop it. The real answer is once you're into this cycle, you can slow it down, but you truly cannot stop it. It is a natural cycle. If you look at our economy, you have periods of inflation and recession, and periods of recovery, and then inflation, and then recession, and then recovery, and inflation, and recession. it is something that can't be stopped. It's human nature. Because when unemployment goes, people think low unemployment is the best thing in the world. It's a twin-edged sword. When you have extremely low unemployment, you have too many employers not finding workers or competing for workers, and they either have to slow down for no workers or they have to speed up and charge more. Both of them point to inflation. Did you want to say something, Matt? I mean, if you have opinions, I know that you're a businessman.
You know, inflation is really hard to stop. You have to grind the economy, almost grind it to a halt to get people to
That's right.
stop buying.
And guess what? Then recession.
And it can be...
It's natural. Now, Smarty Pants Marty, our Deputy Smarty Pants, we want an update. Now, I want to go over this case you're calling on. You're calling for this person that said that she got a letter, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, no, yeah. The one who got the letter.
No. We're talking about the Joanne, today's caller.
She got a letter saying that her return has been filed, and she said, I never filed it. So she contacted the IRS. That's the good thing. She froze her credit. That's another good thing. But we're trying to get a hold of Taxes by Pam to get her stuff back so she can file them. Taxes by Pam. Oh, good. What did she say?
I sent her, I first made a phone call. It didn't pick up. I sent her email. She responded, which I just sent to you, if you want to read it on the air.
I'll get it. Hold on.
I did not tell Joanne yet because I figured, maybe we can get her on the air and we can give her the good news.
I will overnight her documents today. I have been in contact with her via text and email, so I'm surprised by this email. Thank you, Pam Braun. Pam, we don't doubt that you've been in touch with her, but she said she's been ghosted recently. So I like the idea that she's going to overnight the docs.
Well, so you want to tell Pam tell Joanne the good news?
Yeah, we should.
If she's listening, she just heard it.
Yeah, and she probably is listening, or we'll let her know. You working on anything else, sir? You're doing...
that case of yesterday with Alan.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that up right this minute, but maybe I do. Maybe it's time.
I'm very disappointed.
All right, let me explain this, okay? Let me explain it. I think I'm the one who was duped, not you people. You people did what I asked. Honest to God, I think it was me.
Yeah.
No, I do. I think it was me. What happened was this guy, Alan, had his car repossessed, he said, a 2019 Dodge Journey from Drive Time. He said he had made arrangements for payment at Walmart. This guy, man, I walked right into it. He said, but Walmart transposed the account number and sent the payment to the wrong place. And his car is going to be sold at auction. And you know what? He was really good at how he did this. And drug addicts are really good.
But that's all true. That part's all true.
Yeah, because you verified it with the lender, Bridgestone. Then Bridgestone said if he can come up with half the payment, they would postpone the sale.
And that was verified by me.
And let's hope it goes down and he gets his car back.
But Suzanne and Mark met him and gave him a check from our charity. Suzanne met him from our charity account.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to say it like it is.
And the two ladies up front met him.
We know a lot of people. We've met a lot of people. And Suzanne, let's just say it like it is. He seemed like a tweaker.
Yeah, it was a smell, Tom.
And he looked like a meth head.
In addition, Tom, I've made 3 phone calls to him since and asking him to return my calls, and they've been ignored up to this point.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's the part you guys didn't know. He was answering our call every 5 seconds. We called to find out more information on how to get him this money, and I was duped. I thought, you know what, this guy sounds like he's in a bad way. He simply needs to save his car. Walmart's going to get him the money back. I don't know if that part's true about the Walmart, where he had the money and Walmart sent it to the wrong place. I don't know if that's true or not. That part may be a complete fabrication. But, Alan, if you're listening and you beat us out of $233, That's $233 someone else could have used. It came out of our charity account.
I asked the two ladies up front, when you come into this building, you have to stay in a certain area for a while. And I said, hey, what did you guys think of that guy? And, man, you see their faces like, oh, we've seen this before.
So Tom, let me ask you a question, because I submitted a solution to prevent this again.
You mean to prevent from being duped?
Well, in order to, before you commit to giving someone a loan or help, how about meeting them first in person so you can make an assessment?
I told Mark we should do a drug test on them when they show up for money. But Mark didn't agree with that.
No, I don't necessarily think that. But by appearance, Mark is pretty good at judgment of character, except he likes me, so apparently he's not a good judge of character. But other than that, he's a pretty good judge of character. So if Mark was to meet him in person with this, would you have given the money?
Hell no. I was hoping he was going to come into studio, but we just simply ran out of time.
Okay, well, that's my point.
And then the look on Tom's face if I called the guy out as a meth head right on air. What would you have done if he walked in yesterday and I called him out?
I don't know, Mark. I mean,
be careful.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't trust meth heads. I don't care what story they give us.
I know.
I don't trust them.
And you guys got to be careful of your verbiage, opinion, alleged, because you don't.
The alleged meth mouth.
Yeah, whatever. But my point is, if you saw him first, what would your position?
Well, in this case, if we smelled him first.
Hey, Mark, look at him like a horse. Just check his teeth.
Yeah.
His teeth were intact.
No, his teeth were intact. But what was it about?
I didn't know, Marty, the guy's ghosted from here out.
Yeah.
No, that's the problem. Now, Suze, I want to know what went into your judgment there coming back. And I need to talk to Marilyn.
Now, impact traffic. This report is...
right around Colfax, jamming back traffic to I-70. There is an accident on Federal southbound at 26th Avenue. Watch for that. And alternating traffic on US 85 north of Sedalia with construction work. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies and breezy this afternoon, a high of 56. Tonight, low 26. And for Friday, mostly sunny and a high of 66. Currently 48. Impact traffic and weather. I'm Chris McLaughlin. 6:30. Hey now.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than Woodley. Visit woodleys.com today.
There's a ton of people out there that loan money when you're going to buy a new house. There's a lot of people that can refinance you.
But how many of them have the interest rate guarantee? Meaning if you refi or have a new purchase right now and interest rates go down over the next 2 years, Ideal Home Loans will refi you for free, and I mean that for free. Their custom term is also something that's incredible. Maybe you're 15 years into a 30 and you don't want to start over. They can do whatever term you want, 5, 10, 15, 12. You get the idea. Their pre-approval is like shopping with cash. You might as well have your checkbook out once you're pre-approved by these guys. And then let's just talk rates, because you can't talk lending without rates. They have the lowest rates out there. Ideal Home Loans. Brett and the guys are great people. Check them out at idealhomeloans.com. That's 303-867-7000 for your next Ideal Home Loan. Now, My Accident Lawyer can be your accident lawyer at My Accident Lawyer CO. That is the website, My Accident Lawyer CO. It's John Fuller's website. And when I say My Accident Lawyer, not only did we use John Fuller, Suzanne and I, when we got T-boned and some woman almost killed us blowing through a red light. And by the way, he got us the maximum her policy had. John fought for us and got it. But then about a year later, on I-25, her daughter got rear-ended. Her car was totaled. Guess who we called? John Fuller. Guess what? policy limits again. If you want the best personal injury attorney in Colorado, you call John Fuller. 303-597-4500. He's my accident attorney, and he can be your accident attorney at myaccidentlawyer.co.
Welcome to Picasso.
Oh my, is that a Picasso?
We never get complaints on Brakes Plus.
I'm trying to work out something with my daughter.
Is everything all right?
She's going through some shit.
Yeah.
It's just bullshit.
Fucking
girls are so
teenage
hard.
girls are tough, man.
I don't know anything about them. Thank goodness.
I went through it. Daughter, she's 19. We had 1 year, and it was young too. Used to my boy who's 21. You know, he went through his bad shit around 17. Man. But the cool part is, she snapped out in a heartbeat. It's like, boom, hormones quit normal. Bam.
That's so tough.
She's going off to law school this year. 19, dude.
Yeah, when are you going up to Wyoming, Mark? Tomorrow?
I went up.
Oh, when'd you go up?
She loved it. We went up Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
She loved it. So really the only other one's DU. I really hope she goes Wyoming.
Yeah, it'll save you $100,000.
Well, that and there's other reasons. Doc, we looked in the first year classes. There's only 2 of them up there. The whole building is smaller than our 4th floor, the law school.
Wow.
The classes had maybe 15 to 17 people tops.
That's all they accept?
Tops. They accept, their goal is 70 to 75 new students a year.
But how come there are only 15 in the classroom?
That I couldn't answer. That I have no idea.
Where's she go to high school? Where's she going?
She graduated high school 3 years ago. She went to Ponderosa. She was taking college at Metro there while she was in high school, and she graduates with her bachelor right now, basically. So,
One of our family friends, he's a freshman on the Wyoming basketball team.
yeah, they got. They're really proud of their. What are they? The Mustangs or whatever they are. Yeah, they got a cool little dome. It's like a little mini dome. The law school is literally next to it.
I've never heard a bad word about Wyoming.
It's a very safe place. I didn't see any homeless, no vagabonds running around. The only crime that really peaked out, and it's so long ago, was that Matthew Shep shit.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I mean, it's a lot different than any place around here.
Oh yeah,
it's a tiny little town, man. Laramie's fucking tiny.
Well, good shot. Nothing to do but study.
Well, that's all she does. That's why I think it's going to be a better environment. But we'll see.
My wife grew up there, and her parents taught at the university. So they really like it.
Oh, that's really cool. All right,
303-713-8255. We're taking any problems, questions, complaints you have. I promise I'll let you know when a line's open, and right now we do have a couple open. Let's go to Maryland, though. Maryland's got a problem with a company. I used to know the owner of this company. His name was Larry. I think it was Bruschetta, if I'm pronouncing that right. But it's Brakes Plus. Maryland, we get very few calls about these guys. But what's going on? What happened at Brakes Plus?
Well, I feel like I'm at the beginning of the great song. I believe I was ripped off.
Why is that? What happened?
Well, I went in for had the brakes front and back both examined, checked.
Okay. Is that why you went in, because you were having brake problems, or why did you go in?
Mostly a bit of squeaking, and
for squeaky brakes. And how long ago was this?
Well, I have to say, it started in the middle of March of 2020.
My Lord, lady! That's a year ago.
Well, that might be 2 years if it's 2020.
Oh, my God. Are you talking 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what happened? So 2 years later, what is the problem?
The brakes, okay, I'll just describe how they do. It begins small and worked, and I went back a couple times to the.
And what do they tell you, that there's no problem?
They did. He sent a tech out because I was sitting outside.
So
waiting
for instance, Marilyn, for instance, the first time after you picked them up and they did they end up doing the front and rear brakes?
They did both.
Okay, so when you picked it up, what was the problem you were having when you brought it back the first time?
It took a little while, and I started just
what was the problem?
Noticing this brake. They would go, well, I'll describe it as chug, chug, chug when you're going to a red light. You know, that's the way they move.
Like it would pulsate? Like you could feel it in your seat or the wheel?
I'd say it was in the wheels, and it just, the whole car just kind of went chug, good, because it's in a brake situation.
Marilyn, so when you would brake, you would actually feel it. Forget about the chug, chug sound. Would you actually kind of feel it?
That's what I mean. It did. That's the way I can describe it.
I understand. So you brought it back.
I didn't hear any of that.
I got it. But then when you brought it back, did they turn the rotors? Do you remember what they did? Did they do anything? Did they fix it?
They did nothing. He sent a tech out. The tech drove it. He said he drove it real fast, slammed on the brakes. He said there was nothing.
Okay. So then you brought it back again,
okay.
Marilyn? Then you brought it back again for the same problem?
Yes.
All right, hold tight. I've got to take this. This is what we call a hard break in the business to do this. So hang tight, 303-713-8255. One line open. We've got another hour to go, and, man, is it going to be an exciting one. Hang tight, sit down, strap in. This is the Troubleshooter Network.
You think it could be just the ABS? That's, if you have an ABS system, when you put the brake on, you can get that kind of...
Sure.
How did you leave the Brakes Plus call? I ended up on a call.
No, we're going to go back to her.
Okay.
She'll be first up.
Heads up, Matt. Reverse mortgage question is this. I think she wants to pay off about $60,000. Mm-hmm. What happens to that money? Does it go back to her line of credit? But I don't know enough about reverse mortgages, but that's kind of the nature of her question for you.
Great.
Okay.
Doc, we got to go do summer's here, bro. No more chickening out because of the weather. No more saying, oh, it's too cold out.
Well,
we got to go top. If it's open, it's open. And I bet in your day, the avid golfer you are, I bet you have played 5 degrees.
No, 50 was the cutoff.
Oh, is it? Do most courses kill it?
No, that was my cutoff.
I bet when we lit hawk, there was days where I couldn't fucking believe people were golfing and they were golfing.
So you live right by Red Hawk Ridge?
We lived in Red Hawk Ridge back then.
That's a great course.
Yeah, I've played it. I've probably played that more than any course, but I've only played it 7 times.
It's really up and down, boy.
I played Sanctuary.
I played that too.
I played down the road from us in it's kind of outside of Keene Ranch. It's a really nice course.
You don't mean Bear Dance?
Bear Dance. Yeah. I do mean Bear Dance.
I think the only course I haven't played in the metro area is Highline.
Yeah.
I think I played every
Most people
course.
haven't played Sanctuary, dude. We were there. I donated a hole for State Patrol, and we did a round.
Yeah, I did 2 years. I did it for breast cancer.
Yeah, I think that's all they do is. It's not open for anything.
No,
right?
no. There's only 2 members.
Yeah, the wife and husband.
Right.
They do let some high school kids play towards the end of the season before league championships.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Imagine that owning your own fucking nice golf course.
Well,
that's a whole new level of fucking shit.
It is.
There's 2 members.
Right.
Has his own golf course that I know of.
That might be more expensive than your own jet.
It's got to be. I mean, just the maintenance on it. I mean, how many people I guess because really there's no one playing most of the time.
There's not that much maintenance.
There's probably not a lot, but the grass don't give a fuck. It's going to grow no matter what.
Don't need to be cut, obviously. The greens need to be.
They probably don't have to move the holes a lot.
No, but they probably have to manicure the greens, mow the lawn. You know, there's maintenance on the golf course.
Sure, there is. And it can't be one guy mowing it. Maybe it is. Who knows? When you come into my neighborhood in Franktown, the guy on the right has his own airport.
Really?
Yeah, so this fucking guy, and he's got a house in front of it, and I'm pretty sure the guy that lives in that house just basically he might check on some other shit, but I think that's kind of his deal, is kind of that little airport thing.
Do you ever see Lenny his plane there?
A few times over the years.
What kind of plane? Was it like a little Cessna or something?
I've seen different ones. I don't know which one his is, what he owns. Fuck, I don't even know if he lives there. But it's a huge working ranch. I mean, it's ginormous. When Tom lands, he comes right in and lands in front of my house.
Right, but that's a helicopter.
Yeah, literally.
Right, that's not a plane.
Yeah, that'd be a real bitch in a plane.
I know Leninger is, I saw his wife once when I was covering for another doctor. I tried to talk her to becoming my patient, but she liked the other doctor too much. I figured if she became my patient, I'd have some pull to get in there whenever I wanted.
Is she still alive, or did she die?
I don't know. This is years ago.
Somebody died in a plane accident. I thought it was his wife.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go look.
I know his son plays poker a lot up in the mountains.
Probably.
I used to play with this guy, Doc. So he was, I guess he was a raging alcoholic before I met him. His name was Frank. He was probably 35, 40 when I met him. He made a ton of money. If you go down I-25, you have those cement walls with the just different things in them.
Right.
That was his company.
Wow.
And he I'm sure he at one point was probably worth 10 mil, maybe more. But when I met him, was just playing poker. He no longer drank at all. He gave up drinking, I don't know how many years, but it was very evident he took that addiction and put it into gambling.
Became a poker.
Yeah. I mean, this motherfucker would come out firing, which is good or bad. You got, those original two cards in Hold'em. You got a pair of aces, ace king, you got something good, and you're used to Frank just bam, bam. There'll be $2,000 out there before the fucking flop.
Wow.
So you're either balls to the wall or you get the fuck out of that game. And so he bought a lot of pots, but if you had him right off the bat, man, I've made some good money off
Well,
Frank.
yeah, you got to know how to play an aggressive player.
I think he actually, where I'm going with this is, I talked to a buddy, Mallory, a matter of fact, that hasn't seen him for like 5-6 years, and said he went broke. And I'm going, holy shit, man, because he was rolling. But hey, you go out firing like that kind of money, and who knows what he does at non-home games. This guy might be one of these guys that in a casino, he's feeding every damn thing there.
Did you ever play in Mallory's game?
Mm-hmm. I've never left Mallory's house, not a winner, not one time, or his office.
His office, right.
I quit playing when they started playing shit like
Paducci and Paducci.
All that bullshit.
Yeah,
I fucking hate that shit.
I wouldn't play in those games either.
They're just too weird. I just don't play them all the time. I feel like the sap at the table.
Right. I think Mallard told me they have 27 different games they play.
Yeah.
Paducci and Paducci and all this, and 3-card draw, and
just everything.
Right.
Dealer's choice. But I've never lost there. Never. Not one time. I probably played there 5-6 times.
I learned at my first job out of college, you cannot play with people that have way more money than you.
Well, the funny part about gambling, if you really think about it, and gamblers know this, I know this, the reason tables have limits is for the house. Because if you walk up to roulette and you're going to times and a half each time, you will always win until you hit that table max. So let's say it's 100 to 10,000. Think about this. First bet you lose. Second bet is $250. Third bet $750.
Right.
You know what? Then you're up to 50, and then boom,
right,
you hit the limit. You're
Does
fucked.
anything piss you off more than
You know she has her cell phone and she doesn't answer?
Yeah.
Well, you got to buy someone who answer.
Oh, God, I can't finish
stand
up line one.
But if I text
Breaks
them,
plus.
you'll keep the same thing. You text them, they answer. If you call them, they don't.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show.
303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, waterpros.net. The best water systems at the lowest prices ever. You know, I love saying that. You know, you really can't say that about a lot of things. But Paul the Water, I mean, he's just the best. Paul the Waterman will put in the best system. And what I love is he destroys the market pricing. He's easily a fifth, sometimes a third of the price, but most of the time a fifth of the price you'll get anywhere else. Under $2,000 or under $1,000 for your sink, for drinking water, second to none. Around $2,000 for a whole house conditioning system. Wonderful. WaterPros.net. Welcome to the show, by the way. And WaterPros can be reached at 303-862-5554. Do yourself a favor. Now, we left off with line one, Mark. Maryland Brakes Plus. What's the issue? Now, I want to just say this. Brakes Plus used to be a stellar place. Then they went downhill a little. What do you think about them now?
Well, I don't think we get many complaints at all.
Good.
So I don't even know if Larry still owns the place. And I know this. They're a massive deal. This is kind of weird. So the Goodyears that I owned opened up at the same time he opened his first store. When I sold, I had 5 stores, and I sold to different people. Larry, at the same period of time, was up to like 60 stores. So he left me in the dust. So I think he runs a good company.
Well, I don't know if he's still around.
I don't either. That I will say. But here's her problem. 2 years ago, she had a brake job done. 2 years ago. And she went back, and either she had like an ABS pulsation problem going on or warped rotors. Something was happening. They test drove it and said, hey, there's nothing wrong with it. I assume she still had the same problem, and she brought it back again. And then the second time you brought it back, what did they tell you?
The same thing. He's been a tech out.
So the main issue here, though, Tom, is this. It's 2 years ago. But you know what? If Larry still does own it, they're stand up. Let's have all over there and get them to figure out what the hell's going on with their brakes.
I never heard of Larry. I'm sorry.
Larry's the owner.
Larry there.
He was the owner.
Yeah, you know what? I hate to pronounce people dead, but I heard he was gone, but I don't know.
Machada? I don't know.
No, I mean, and let's just...
Well, if so, his kids at that point were running it, so I don't know.
Yeah. We'll give him a call. But 2 years, Mark.
Well, I have good reason for that.
Why, Marilyn?
Well, I went to 3 or 4 other Brakes Plus places. Have them.
All right.
I got 2 or 3.
Got it.
Mostly people saying, one of them saying that, or 2 of them saying that it's maybe you may owe $100 more, or I may have warped brakes, but I didn't warp the brakes.
All right. Okay, so we're going to give that to Smarty Pants?
Well, she just... No, here's really how I think we need to handle it.
Go ahead.
Let's get her over to Sheridan Auto Tech to drive the car so we can find out what's wrong with it.
All right, Suze, give her directions there, and let's ask Kevin to just drive it and give us an opinion,
because
okay?
If they let's do that. And they are warped, and it's been 2 years.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing's going to happen.
All right, Barbara, you have a reverse mortgage question. We have Silverleaf Mortgage with us today. Matt Witt, go ahead.
Are you talking to Barbara?
Yes, Barbara. What's going on?
Okay. Well, the question I have is my current total loan balance is almost $74,000, and I have $60,000 that I could put on the loan balance. Would that money be available for my line of credit? Can I use that?
In other words, you're asking if you paid down your $74,000 note, if you paid it down by $60,000, so now you have $14,000, would that give you more money available on your line?
Yes, I want to be able to make use of that money that I put into it.
No, I get it. I have a couple questions for you. What is your house approximately worth?
The last time it was appraised was when we took out the reverse mortgage, and it was appraised at like $395,000. So it's probably around $400,000 or more.
Okay, so let's say it's $400,000. Then how old are you?
71.
How much equity would she be able to borrow? $400,000.
I would say probably just under 200,000, 190 to 200.
So 50%.
Sure.
So then, what would happen, Barbara, is if you borrowed that in line of credit, okay, let's say 200,000, I would think she'd be able to get 50% at 71, no, or 60.
Just under.
Really? Why is that? Have they strict it? Tightened it up a bit?
Well, 71 is still young.
Oh, okay.
Very young.
Good. So let's say 190. Let's say 190 minus. You would then owe 14. Now I don't know why you'd want to do it that way. You could. What I would do is I would simply keep the 60 and then pay off the 74. Do you understand? If you're going to do a reverse loan, there's no reason to put your money into it because that money, I don't know. What do you think, Matt?
So Barbara has a reverse. She has a $74,000 balance.
Wait, I didn't know she already. Oh, that's a reverse she has. I get it. Okay, so
yes.
What's your advice?
If you started with a line of credit, what was your maximum line of credit when you took out the reverse?
That I don't know. I mean, would that be?
It should be on your monthly statement that you receive.
But here's the bottom line: if she takes out 190, you pay off the 74.
She can pay that off, and she can pay off 60,000 of that, and still have all of the line of credit that she started with. So it replenishes. So if you pay down 60,000.
But wait, why, Matt? Help me out here. If I'm understanding her right, if she puts that money back in, she just has a bigger line of credit, right?
Yes.
But why wouldn't she just put it? If she needs it liquid at some point, is what I assume she's basically saying here. She might need it. Why not just put that in a savings account, making 1 or 2%? Is there any benefit in putting it back into the line of credit?
Well, there may be. One, she's not accruing interest on her line of credit balance of $74,000, so that'd be one benefit.
She's offsetting the interest.
Yeah. Her line of credit grows by the same amount as her interest, so she would have a larger line of credit down the road. Other than that, it's just a personal choice of different options.
And what do you think? Why are you thinking, I'm sorry, Joanne or Barbara, what are you thinking? That you're going to use the money real soon, or what's the deal?
Well, actually, I would use the money to pay my, my house taxes. Actually, I haven't, other than buying 2 cars, I haven't used any of that money for anything.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just sitting in a savings account. But
how much is there right now? How much is in the line right now?
0.
Okay, I see. So you've already used the whole lineup buying the cars or whatever. Now you've got some money and you want to put it back in.
Well, actually, the reason it's at 0 is because I believe the reason is I'm getting a monthly payment.
I got you. I get it. Matt, would it behoove her in any way to refi? I don't know how much. When did you take that reverse out? In the last 5 years, 10 years? How long have you had it?
Well, I'd say within the next 5 years.
So 5 years ago, I bet that house has gone up. Let's say 30. I'd say at least 30%. Would it behoove her to get more money to refi into a new one? Because 5 or 6 years ago, she was in her mid-60s. She probably didn't qualify as much. The house has gone up 30%. That might be her best strategy.
Yeah, if her need is to have a larger line of credit down the road,
right?
Then that's a great strategy because house values that are an all-time high and rates on reverse are still reasonable. So because of the 5 years and especially our real estate market, this would be a great time if her need was to have a larger line of credit down the road to use.
Hey, I got it. You just made me think of something. Let's say we're at the top of the housing market right now, and you guys do a refi on her, and she ends up with a $100,000 line of credit, whatever it is. Let's say the housing bubble really hits hard, and it drops down. Her value of that house drops down 40% in the next 2 years. Does she still have access to that full amount? Do they ever change that line of credit based upon the equity at the house? Or once you do it, you're locked in and it's done?
Once you do it, you're locked in and it's done. That's a great question. They can never lower the amount of the line of credit that.
Even if the house went down 50%, it is what it is. You get to live there till the day you die or till you want to move, and you have access to whatever that line is or whatever payment structure.
Absolutely.
That's kind of cool. Barbara,
Yeah,
do you have any more questions?
No. Actually, I other than to give them a call and see what we could do about refining.
You call him up, and here's what I like about Matt. He's just going to give you the skinny on it. He's going to tell you what's going on. Is it right to refi? Does it make more sense just to put that money back in that line so you have it, so you can get those monthly payments again? He's just going to give you the honest scoop. That's all there is to it. And I love his phone number, too. You ready for this one? 720 reverse.
Oh, that's easy.
Even Tom remembers that one. 720.
Yeah, he's making fun of us older people here, Barbara. So listen, seriously, they'll do you well. Now, does Smarty Marty have anything else to talk about coming up?
Yes, that's new.
Okay, that's new. Okay, hang on. And then we have because we have the consumer on. But I have to take this break first.
Children's Hospital Colorado Mighty Millions raffle early bird deadline is midnight tomorrow. Win a Ford F-150 and Winnebago travel trailer, or take $100,000 cash. Plus, you'll be entered to win the $2.5 million grand prize show home. There are over 11,000 incredible prizes with 1 in 15 odds of winning. Make a mighty difference for patients and families at Children's Hospital Colorado. Hurry, early bird deadline is midnight tomorrow.
Generico.com.
Hold on 1 second.
O'Brien Legal Services, real estate attorneys. Brad O'Brien and his team can help you through any real estate
transaction or any conflict. What if you have a border dispute, an easement problem, eminent domain, adverse possession? Listen, he can help. He can also help review all of your documents.
When you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, doesn't it make sense for a few $100 to have a real estate attorney on your side? Give him a call. He'll quote your prices up front. Brad O'Brien.
It's O'Brien Legal Services, OLSlaw.com, OLSlaw.com, 720-370-7388. All right, let's talk about selling your old gold jewelry, your silver jewelry, your platinum jewelry, your watches, your earrings, your tangled messes, your old coin collections, even if you have a grill you want to get rid of. You know what that means, Mark? The grill? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
gold teeth,
if you want to get rid of any of that gold or silver or platinum or any precious metal, David Ellis Jewelry will weigh it and pay it. I'm sure when it comes to the grill, he'll want you to sterilize them first. But in any case, you go to 3rd and Clayton in Cherry Creek, drop by, say hi. You'll like him. He's been around 40 years. He's really a fun guy. Or you can give him a call, DavidEllisJewelry.com, 303-322-8779, 303-322-8779. Now let's talk about Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. If you're looking for a loan, first they listen, then they lend. That's what they love to say. They have a number of different features for you. First of all, I like that credit optimization. They look at your credit, and even though you're approved, they look at things they can do to help you even further. For example, pay down a credit card here or there, or correct an address or time on the job, and that gets you better pricing. Then they have the pre-approval, which will get you pre-approved, so if you're out shopping for a home, they can put you at the same level as a cash buyer. You can close within days. They also have the interest rate guarantee, so if rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. Think about all of that, or pick your own term loan. Doesn't have to be 15 or 30. You can pick whatever term you want. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness, modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep.
12 buildings around. They might have operated maybe 2 or 3 of them, but the majority they just rented out. Goodyear was weird because they would either go from wanting to own everything in a region and then wanting to franchise everything. So going through the 80s and 90s, you would have, in a period of time, they would own everything in the market, and then, boom, everything would be a franchise with maybe 3-4 corporate stores. It just changed all the fucking time. And a lot of it was the property. It was the lease deals.
Yeah.
I knew a lot of people in the biz, but I unless if he was that dude's partner, Sims.
Our good friend Jamie Gennario, he is a famous orthopedic surgeon here in town, doing really well.
What's his name?
Jamie Gennario. He was with Stedman Hawkins, who sold to UC over. He decided to go to med school. His brother decided to go into family business. His brother makes 3 or 4 times what he does. But his dad.
Yeah, people in business can make a lot more than doctors.
Oh, God, yes. Except for a very successful plastic surgeon.
Right.
Can make a fucking boatload of money.
But still not as much as business. Look at the CEOs of companies that are higher ups, they're getting paid millions a
just
year.
even their parachutes are like
right.
Thanks, Mark. No, there's no end to it. There's one attorney in town that's a doctor and a.
Ramos.
Yeah, Ramos. I always thought that. Now, if you're representing Joe Blow in an auto accident, they got hurt. You can't be your own fucking expert witness if you're his attorney, right?
Well, you wouldn't want to be, because the jury.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Let's talk to Smarty Marty. Hey, Smarty Marty, what do we have going on with Joanne now? This case?
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I asked Joanne to call. She was not listening to the show.
Oh, okay, good.
And I thought you could give her what
Joanne?
The result was.
Joanne?
I'm here.
All right. I want to recap for my listeners. I always believe in doing that. You got a letter from the IRS saying possible identity fraud. I don't know why, but they did. And they said, we got a tax return with your name and social. You contacted them immediately and said, not me. And you froze all your credit, and you did the right thing. So you call your tax preparer, and she actually admitted somehow she got compromised. I don't know what happened, but her information got compromised. And you said, listen, I just want my stuff, and I want to file myself and get it over with. And Joanne, you said that she ghosted you. This Taxes by Pam ghosted you. Is that right?
She has ghosted me again April 3rd, and I've
But
been
she
texting,
said she was
emailing,
in.
and
She
calling.
said she was in constant contact with you, by text or email. Is that true?
She did one email.
Okay.
On April 3rd.
Oh.
That's the one that she was replying to my
Okay,
email.
well, it's
to
only April 7th, so I want to give her the
Yeah,
benefit of the doubt. Okay, no. But here's the good news. Smarty Marty, go ahead.
She sent me an email. You gave me her phone number and you gave me her email. She did not respond to the phone, as you said. It just goes. You have a voicemail. It just doesn't pick up. So I sent her email, and I got a response 5 minutes later, which says, I will overnight her documents to her today. I have been in contact with her via text message and email. So I'm surprised by this email. Thank you. Pam Braun. The bottom line is she's sending it to you.
Okay. Is that going to be registered?
Tom, I don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
I don't know what happens when you overnight. It's in my house. I've got one of those big boxes down at the end of the street.
Listen, I don't know what she meant either, but I know this. You better get your stuff soon, and I would follow up with a phone call right now. Can you leave a message with her?
I did.
There's no message. What you can do, why don't you send her an email, since you know she does get the email.
Yep, I can do that.
And say, please send me this stuff immediately.
Yeah,
and ask her.
Yeah,
well, let's.
Whoa. If there's a problem delivering, Joanne, why would there be a problem overnighting something to you?
I don't know what overnighting means.
Well, that means it just means express delivery, quick. It means quick.
Oh, okay.
Quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just never overnighted anything, so I just didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I just want my stuff back.
I don't blame you, Joanne. I don't. But you did all the right stuff. Yes, I am going to pull out my dinger because, well, maybe, yeah, I'm going to pull out my dinger prematurely because we don't normally pull out the dinger until we absolutely know we're ready. But let me see if you have does he have it turned up? I don't know. Yeah, he might. Let's see. This is very complicated. No, it's not up. Can you give me sound on this computer? I just need to pull up my dinger here. And people, you know, I must admit, no, this doggone thing, no, I can't do it. I have a problem here for some reason with my dinger today. I don't know what it is. Maybe I can do it this way. Here's what I'll do right here. Now it'll work. No, we want this one. Thank you very much. There. Marty, I think Marty gets person when it comes to that. So, thank you. Now, what's going to happen is
he should just keep it in his hand.
So he doesn't have to ask me, you mean? That's one thing to say. Okay, so in any case, we really do have success with that one. We love it. Thank you. Let me see if we have any text to the show recently here. Okay. No, we don't. All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's go to the phones. And if there's anything we can do to solve your problem, to answer your questions, give us a call. I have one thing here on reverse loans. They want to know how the line of credit works, meaning how do they get money? That's a good question, actually. I don't know the actual fit. So let's say you do a reverse, you have a line of credit. Now, you haven't drawn from it. How do you get money?
Each month, the lender will send you a statement, your balance, the interest that accrued last month, the remaining amount that you can draw in your line of credit, and a form that you can fill out and fax or email in.
And as soon as you fax or email, you don't write a check.
Well, you're drawing from the line.
Well, of course you are, but there's no checkbook.
There's no checkbook to write off.
So you keep that statement and that form so you don't have to wait for the next statement, in other words.
Right. You keep a monthly statement.
You keep that form, you fill it out, you mail it in.
Email or fax.
You can email it.
Mail.
And how long does it take to get the money?
3 days. It's very short.
And it's put into your account.
And it's put into the same account that you closed with, unless you tell them different.
Okay. So then you have the money.
Yes. Very easy.
And they don't ask, what do you need it for? No. You can take it all.
You can take it all. You can
take some of it. Now, do people ever pay back the line of credit?
Sure.
The principal?
Sure. They pay the line of credit back down.
If they want to.
And then they have that entire line of credit still available.
Now, doesn't that line of credit actually grow?
Grow
every year.
Grows. Essentially, it's growing every month.
By how much?
The same exact amount as your interest rate and MIP.
Really?
Yes.
So if you're paying 4% interest, then your line grows 4% a year.
Yeah.
So if you at 100,000, you can borrow 104 the next year.
That's exactly right.
And 100. Okay. Then does it compound? So is it 108 the following year, or is it 104? And then it's. Do you know that?
Boy, that's a great question. I don't know if I can say exactly. So
Okay, no, that's fine. I'd rather you say that than. All right, now we have some information coming back on this this elk thing and the retaining wall, and this guy that thought he could get insurance to cover it because elk are planting themselves or walking around this or nesting on this hill and causing the dirt to crumble and fall down. The homeowner wants a retaining wall. Shouldn't insurance pay for it? I said, well, there's no event. There's nothing. You know, you're putting up a wall to prevent things. It would be different if you had an existing wall and they trampled over it, or maybe a fence, or maybe like I had one time. The pool cover like that.
I like the way he's thinking, though. I've been wanting to put up a 6-foot fence, and if I could get Compass to call my insurance company,
because the elk are jumping over the 4-foot fence, destroying your flowers.
And they might run through the house.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino.
Of course, the line of credit comes. It's having a lapse. You have 104. You get
this report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
What happens on the 185-foot retaining wall when the elk now sit next to the retaining wall? It's going to be a strong wall because they know it's going to be that would be elk.
I don't know if you just wait for something to happen, then our insurance company will cover it.
So nothing happen. Dirt's going to move. I mean, like the new wall coming down.
Yeah, no. There's no wall now, right? So if if something happens, then she can claim her insurance. She can't claim it before it happens because it may not happen.
I'm not sure what's going to happen. But the new retaining wall. Okay, yes.
877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
BlakeHarrisLaw.com is an estate planning firm. Blake Harris is our expert. We ask him questions all the time. People say, when are you going to have Blake back? Did you know you don't have to have Blake on the show to ask your questions? You can call him and ask your questions free of charge. He doesn't charge you. Now, if you hire him, he'll give you rates up front, flat rates, quoted up front. I love Blake Harris Law and the way he does business for wills, trusts, probate, avoiding probate. Someone just died, you don't know what to do. Beneficiaries, deeds, payable on death certificates for bank accounts, whatever it is. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Call for your answers. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. And by the way, that legal advice is free. And you know what else is free? Frank Duran, the real estate man, will do a market analysis of your home. He's going to base it on 27 years of experience. What can he sell that home for and why? What are the comps doing? What measurements are there? How does it measure up? He'll do it with no obligation to list. Frank Duran, put him on your side, his market knowledge, and get that free market analysis. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
I'm Katherine Townsend, host of the true crime podcast Hell and Gone. In October 2015, 18-year-old...
I've never found more scum in my life than the fucking car business.
What about the landscaping business?
I'm back in Arkansas, investigating what really happened to her. iHeartRadio is #1.
I am telling you, I have never seen more scum in my life.
Than what,
car business? The car business. As far as the dealer tricks they have online. Oh my God, is it dirty?
Repipe specialists would have repiped and offered to fix the holes in your walls.
Got leaks? Repipe specialists will repipe your house in 1 or 2 days and offer to fix the drywall. Call 303-228-2910 for a free in-home estimate and pay nothing down in no payments or interest for a year. That's 303-228-2910 or visit repipe.com.
Michael Brown here for Advanced Hair Restoration. It's a time to put the past.
What is that squeak people are talking
about? So
about?
now I want you to do what I did a year ago. I
I think you're Mike.
Spot that receding hairline or that thinning hair that
I don't
you've looked
know.
at over the past couple of years thinking, I just can't do anything about it. Men, women, younger, older, you need to experience the amazing, life-changing results.
Oh, I've sold every ticket with a CenturyLink problem, and he's bad. He's pissed at me. He's pissed at me. What was the CenturyLink problem yesterday?
With the phone, with that, she's getting, is that what she's getting other people's calls?
Oh, remember Talib said it was the.
Oh, right.
Well, I didn't argue with him. I didn't understand the guy. I didn't argue with him.
It was a gal.
$250 off and 253 hair grafts. Call 720-45.
I think maybe because you said, look here, you old dummy, get regular voicemail and not a 1945.
No, it was a woman that called, but this is a guy.
Listeners of this show will be entered for the chance to win $1,000.
No, never mind.
Brand new email newsletter at iHeart.com/newsletter.
You've misconstrued.
She didn't say who she was with.
Delivered straight to your inbox every morning. It's completely free. Sign up at iHeart.com/newsbreak and be entered to win $1,000. Another prescription, another surgery. Here we go again. But the joint pain is still here.
The definition of insanity, same thing over and over and over. Expect a different result.
Apparently, I got some other text. I don't know why I keep saying that. Summit Stone is really good. This guy went in.
What is it?
Great people.
Summit Stone Partners, the one that I sent Ray to.
Patients across the saying no to pain meds and discovering QC Kinetics all treatments that help your body restore.
Remember that one guy that said that he could free us of pain in 5 minutes or less?
Yes, Tom, I do remember that guy.
And then he came into the show, poor guy.
And here's what he would do. He'd go up to old folks that are in pain, and he would fucking rub his hands together and do the wee-wee and whatever the fuck. And then he'd say, "You feel better now, don't you?" And they would have no choice but to basically say, "Yes, I do feel better."
But he had to do something and say something. And it
Was he charging him for it?
No. But he had this book coming out, and they said, "Dude, this doesn't work."
He was crazy. And we had someone in that had real problems.
Yeah, and
who was that? It was somebody we know.
I didn't think it was somebody else.
It was somebody who we know is mother.
She was cute. I don't really feel that much. Hi, Tom Martino here. Garage Magic for your
garage floors. 720-600-HOME. 21-year guarantee. You want to say what kind of finish it is? Polyaspartic. I did it. Polyaspartic. Way stronger than epoxy. GarageMagic.com. They're good people. Now, Suze.
Yes.
The guy. What information do you have on this retaining wall?
I sure hope he's listening because I don't have his information. But basically, I had a caller say there's grant programs out there and whatnot through U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service that could possibly help. You just got to reach out through the county the property's
So
on.
when wildlife is doing damage to your property, you could reach out to Fish and Game or Wildlife, and they have grants?
They have grants and different programs to help pay for it. They'll come out and handle the problem, like move the elk for her, that kind of thing. So he just suggested that they reach out.
Or they could eat high on the hog for a while.
Mark.
They're nesting on a hill. The hill's crumbling. They're afraid it'll crumble down and cause a massive landslide. They want to put up a retaining wall, but they want insurance to pay for it, homeowners insurance. Homeowners insurance would never pay for that.
I was hoping Progressive would buy me a new car.
I don't get it.
Same thing. I mean,
He's
it's
in rare
that
form today,
absurd.
Tom.
How absurd is it to think your homeowner's insurance is going to buy you a fence or a wall?
Mark,
I don't even understand the question.
They're looking at $85,000 in a job. That's just a lot of money to people.
What does that got to do with insurance paying for it? Why would anybody think insurance is going to pay for a wall?
Calling and looking at all options, Mark. That's all.
Now, if the wall was there and something happened to it, that could be covered. Landscaping could be covered.
Of course it could be.
Yeah. No, I understand that. That's like saying I have a tree that is shedding over my house, and it could fall.
No, it might fall on my garage. Therefore, insurance company,
move my
build
garage.
me a bigger garage somewhere else.
So
well, she just has to wait for the damages, and then the insurance company will pay for it.
Or how about health insurance? I might come down with something in 10 years, so cut me a check now, please.
So where are people the most hard up? If you had to pick a state, now that we've taken into consideration, not we, the people who did the study took into consideration everything: food, rent, a survey of the household, incomes, cost of living, everything in the community. Where do you think, what state would you say people are the most hurting? Pick a state, Mark. Pick a state.
The most hurting.
Yep.
The whole state, not just a city.
The most financially distressed, struggling. It says states whose residents are struggling the most financially.
California, baby.
And I'm saying West Virginia.
Okay, what do you think? Matt Witt.
Alabama.
Suzanne?
Kansas.
It's B. Large, right, today? Yeah. Who's the other guy? I got the two rapper names, so I want to make sure I get them right.
A-Rod.
A-Rod and B. Large. Today's B. Large. B. Large, who do you think? What state?
Let's go Virginia. I'll go with Virginia.
Okay. You're all... Hold on, let me give you my sound effect here. I did have a sound effect for being wrong. There you are.
Michigan.
Nope. Mississippi. Mississippi. The worst. Now, they have, households behind in housing payments, 20%. Adults with loss of income, 20%. Adults who face food insufficiency, 49.9%. Adults who face difficulty paying regular expenses, 70.9%. Wow. Okay, now this is odd. The second one puzzles me. Now, California, when you said California, Mark, California, I think people are living high off the hog, right? But we're talking average, so it could have been California if you're thinking how much it costs to live there. What do you think the second state is for financial difficulty? Mississippi, number one. What do you think, Matt Witt?
Kentucky.
Nope.
I'm still going with West Virginia.
Louisiana.
Nope. You're going to let me use my buzzer again.
New Mexico.
Nope. Now, here's the answer. You ready? The answer for the second hardest state is Nevada. Now, I would have never guessed that. Why?
They're still trying to recover from COVID, Tom.
And we're not going to go through...
All the shows are shut down, or not, a lot of them are still limited, I think, or they were.
The third one, okay, I can see this one, Arkansas. Although, you do notice a lot of these states where people are not doing well are the states that other people, upper middle income and higher incomes, move to get more for their dollar. Isn't that weird?
Nevada's got to be just everything but outside of Clark County. I can't imagine Clark County would fall into that.
Guess what? Out of 50 states, where do you think Colorado falls on how difficult it is?
40.
Oh, you're pretty darn close. It's the third best state in the country for affordability. Now, I wouldn't have believed that. Do you know in Colorado, only 5% of the people are behind on their payments? And loss of income is only 12%. I say only, but compared to the other states. And food, 33% for food, what they call food deficiency or insufficiency.
What does that mean?
Food insufficiency. They don't have enough food from day to day. One day they might have some, the next day they don't.
33% in Colorado.
That's what they say.
Don't have enough food day to day.
Actually, it's 31%.
I find that hard to believe.
I know, I do too. But this is a pretty good index, I see. Adults who face difficulty paying regular expenses in Colorado, that's 47%. 50%, yet it's the third best in the country. It doesn't make sense to me. No, I see. Yeah, because they're good in other areas where other ones are higher. They put them all together. But anyway, the best state for getting along financially is Bernie Sanders' state. Is it Vermont, right? Isn't he from Vermont? Yes. Yeah, that's the easiest state to get along with. Then Iowa's the next, Colorado's the next, then New Hampshire, Idaho, Utah. These are all good ones. Minnesota. Where's California in all of this? In how to get along. California ranks of the worst, the 11th worst. So the top 10 states, listen to this, for difficulty. 1, Mississippi.
2, Mississippi.
Yeah. 2, Nevada. 3, Arkansas. 4, New Mexico. 5, Oklahoma. 6, New Jersey. 7, Louisiana. 8, South Carolina. 9, Texas. 10, Alabama. And then California comes right after that. New York is 15. 15th worst. Or you could, but anyway, or 85th best. We got more coming up.
Now, impact traffic.
You know the joke about Arkansas, right? Well, they never solve murders in Arkansas.
Because the DNA's all
They all have the same DNA, and there are no dental records.
Oh my God, I like that. They still don't have worse teeth than people from Europe.
Oh, especially England.
England's got the worst.
The
teeth.
worst.
Really? Oh. Some of them still have wooden teeth.
Don't settle for mediocre relationships. Break up with your insurance provider.
Can you imagine all these people that want to indict Joseph Biden and impeach him and then get Kamala Harris? I mean, that is the
I'm Tom Martino for American Restoration because I love the way they do business. American Restoration will give you quotes, even though your insurance company is paying for it. They're not afraid of that. American Restoration will do the right job for the right job. That means if you have asbestos, mold, you have broken pipes, fire, flood, whatever happens to your property, unattended death, they can fix it. They'll work with your public adjuster. They'll work with your insurance company. And done right, that they remediate and remove all that bad stuff. And they can even help you rebuild if you want, but they won't force you into that. They will do as little or as much as you want. And don't think just because insurance pays for it, you don't need to be careful. You do, because insurance is only going to pay once. You could end up with a really bad company. And American Restoration 24/7 is the company I know and trust. You should too. 8337-AMREST. 8337-AMREST. Or online at amrest247.com. Today we talked a lot about finance. We do that a lot. A lot of people are concerned about retirement. And when they talk about being concerned about retirement, they're really talking about income. There are 2 ways that you can get income on this website that you go to, mymoneymyway.com. One way is to overfund life insurance on purpose and grow a tax-free account that you can actually use through your life. You borrow from it, pay it back, borrow from it, pay it back. And this grows and grows until you're in retirement. It's a guaranteed 4% return plus a 1% dividend. It's tax-free. It'll always be tax-free if you do it the right way. Another way is to roll over a qualified plan or buy an annuity or make monthly payments toward an annuity that then turns around and pays you income for life. To find out about both of these, mymoneymyway.com. When you are looking for a loan, Ideal Home Loans will listen and then lend depending on your circumstances. But here's something else I don't talk a lot about. Ideal will take a look at whatever loan you're applying for right now. You may have started with a lender and they're jerking you around, or it's taking longer than they promised. Well, Ideal will take a look at that loan package, and they might be able to do a better job because you're not tied to a lender until you close. It's a free second look at your application. I urge you to do it. Because if you haven't closed, you're not tied to the lender. You can even get some of your money back if you pay for appraisals and stuff that haven't been done. IdealHomeLoans.com. Home of the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. IdealHomeLoans.com. Home of the pre-approval, where it's like a cash deal. You're already approved, money set aside, go out and shop, close within days. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
If you're looking to pay for a home improvement or fund a large expense, it may be worth looking.
Woods is T8 right now.
Wow.
The leader's at -6. He's at -1.
Who are we talking about? Don't tell me, Mo, because I want to go home and watch it.
Okay.
So just leave it at that.
Holy shit, he just made a hole in one on a par 5.
He did not. You liar.
And his partner is that miniature dude from North Korea.
Tommy, Steve the painter wanted you to point out on that top 10 list what states are red and what are blue. So.
Actually, I don't know what they.
Mississippi's red.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, Mississippi's red. Nevada is blue. What were the other states? I don't remember.
New Mexico.
New Mexico's blue.
Oklahoma was on there.
Oklahoma's red.
Oh, Mark, did you change that? We got to change that phone number for Encompass.
Okay.
And then, I want you to show me in the other room. Okay. And then I also have to change the website. I finally got a better website for those guys at Premier Window.
Oh, good.
Premier Window Washing and PressureWashing.org or something. It's like Denver, Premier Window Washing and Pressure Washing Denver.org, whatever it is. I changed it. You know what it is now?
Window washing.
We wash windows.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size.
So you wouldn't want it from Mississippi.
You probably wouldn't. Although it could be .company, .co.
Yeah, but
it doesn't necessarily have to mean Colorado.
Visit Zoom.com/phone system. Zoom, how the world connects. What's up, Nuggets fans? It's Jamal Murray here to tell you.
I have a tree that might catch fire. I'd like my insurance company to move the tree and install a sprinkler system.
I can't believe we even fucking listened to that question. I can't believe he was serious that he thought his insurance company should pay for an $85,000 retaining wall. It's baffling.
It's a new term, preventive insurance.
That's like your insurance company then should buy you new tires and new brakes and new everything for your car all the fucking time.
So you don't get into an accident.
Or how about your health insurance? Buy you the best food.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So I have a text to the show that says, Tom, I have a tree that might catch fire on my property. I'd like my insurance company to move that tree and install a sprinkler system. That comes from a call. He's making fun of the guy who called and said that elk have planted themselves and nested on a hillside next to the house, and the hillside is crumbling as a result of wildlife. They need to build a retaining wall to stop it. He wants insurance to pay for it. He said, isn't that an act of God? God's creatures have caused the hill to crumble.
But it hasn't crumbled.
Well, it's crumbling. Yeah. But it hasn't caused, even if it caused a landslide, that may not be covered under his insurance because earthquake sometimes is not covered, flood is not covered, certain things are not covered unless you have special coverage. But in any case, here's a big deal about insurance. People for years and years and years and years have tried to get insurance to be like a warranty. They have. Insurance is not a warranty. Insurance is for a casualty loss. What is a casualty loss? It's sudden and unexpected.
That's right.
And accidental. It's not a leak. People think if you have a leaky roof, It's an insurance claim. No.
It's just still hard to believe he actually had that question. It's like having your auto insurance buy you new tires so you don't get into an accident.
Good analogy.
It's
Now,
crazy.
How about this? While the leak is not covered, the drywall damage would be covered. Yes. But insurance is so difficult to understand. That's why we love public adjusters, too, because they can tell you, hey, man, you do have coverage or you don't have coverage. They help you interpret the policy. Anyway, when you listen to this show, you find out about helpful people like insurance adjusters or, people who can help you. But then so many people call us, and they're mad at us because we're not giving them. Like the woman with the answering machine, somebody took me to task in a text. Her answering machine was not operating in her house, and she blamed the phone company. But from everything we can tell, it's the wiring in her house. From everything we can tell. And all we said was, try this or try that. But we could, or we said, just go and get voicemail from the phone company. Why would you have a separate machine that you plug in nowadays? For a few bucks a month, you get, I don't even know, what does it cost for voicemail? $2 or $3.
I doubt even that. I think it comes with everything.
Anyway, Matt Witt has been our guest. Silver Leaf Mortgage for your reverse loans. SilverleafMortgage.com. The number is easy to remember. 720-REVERSE. Thank you, Matt, for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom.
Now, remember, you can reach all of our great people at referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.